MC Burberry, and he's the best in the UK. True, no question. He's a nice guy too, till you talk that stupid shit. That's when you force my man to strike back.
On the mic, I'm like a nightmare. Been spitting fire since I was up in a high chair. I'd step on you bitches and leave you right there. But I get shy on my nice white Nike Airs. You ain't worth the trouble, don't mean to burst your bubble, but I'm heartless so much that it hurts to cuddle. And I'm in a different league to you all right now. You're all floating in the sea and I'm the lighthouse. I'm looking down and you clowns are drowning. There's thousands around and yet you're all making the same damn sound. It puts me in an awful mood, and plus I'm sick of hearing shit made with auto-tune. Yo, I flow like liquid, I don't need no dipshit in the studio to boost it, though I make a quick whip. I'm sicker than you with any equipment equipped. You can flip any switches, bitch, you're still gonna get whipped.
Kiss my ass, kiss my ass. Y'all motherfuckers can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass. Kiss my motherfucking ass. And you can also suck my dick. You think you the shit, you ain't the fucking shit. You think you can spit this slick, you can't spit. You better learn who you fucking with, bitch.
Spitting spectacular lyrical acrobats. Even the guy in the mirror isn't half as class. They thought that I was just drop liver and pass the bat, but blast them back with a mass attack on a massive track. I've always been number one, baby, that's a fact. Don't need to be on grime daily for practice raps or rap battle, no bodies in bars, that's the past. I just do it as a hobby, I'm not strapped for cash. But yeah, I'm still better and I'm still the meta. Your girl still wants my dick and I'm still gonna let her. I'm still gonna get her wetter than you could ever. Might as well wish you well in your future endeavours. But really, who could ever think they're better than me? They're just babies in this game, I got that veterancy. I hear you talking about you walking around with heat all day. Mate, you're just spitting about your character from GTA.
Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my ass. Y'all motherfuckers can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my motherfucking ass. And you can also suck my dick. You think you the shit, you ain't the fucking shit. You think you can spit this slick, you can't spit. You better learn who you fucking with, bitch.
I drop bombs like rooting, there's no disputing. And if they try to deny it, then I'll find them and nuke them. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, I'm violently tooting. You can step up to me, but you'll meet Ryan's to do it. You're no competition, you're not even kind of a nuisance. Are they on my radar? No, it's just I'm flying too gratifying and gruesome. When I rhyme, find someone who can find a solution to deny my revolution. The rhymes you're introducing are mind pollution and suicide inducing. Who in their right mind's producing them? I wanna find a hallucinogen and do some again and spook them when they can see what I can still do with a pen. I'm looking for a veteran, not new to offend. Forever running circles round and watch me move them again. You're not illegible, you're terrible, dude, you can pretend, but you'll be begging me to please bring this feud to an end.
Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my ass. Y'all motherfuckers can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my motherfucking ass. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass. Y'all motherfuckers can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my motherfucking ass. Kiss my motherfucking ass. And suck my fucking kiss my ass. Kiss my motherfucking ass. Suck my fucking dick.
I couldn't have said.
MC Burberry. Yeah, boy. How we doing? Yes, up. Boss Dog in the house. Bless up, Boss Dog, lad. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. And my mate, Davey 90. Get up there, son. Good to see you, Davey, lad. Straight in there. It's been a while, like, hasn't it? Swear down, right? No lie. Proper nervous and that. Proper nervous. Yes, Ginge. Big up the Ginge, up the Borough. Come on the Borough tomorrow. Football starting again. Where have I been exactly, Boss Dog? You know what? Don't even know. Like, two. Big shout out to Aldi as well, who shared the live. And he's always working behind the scenes, like a lot of the mods do, sharing lives and stuff, you know. But it's been about 2.5 weeks, according to Aldi. But I'll be honest, it does feel like that. It does feel like it's been a while, like. But yeah, Louise had a week off, so we just had a week off YouTube, to be honest, not fully, but I was watching a little bit, but just a little bit behind with stuff. But it's all good, man. It's all good. So I've been watching a little bit today. Been trying to get this light sorted. See the little sparkles going around the top. Let's have a look. Let's change this colour up a little bit. Are we all doing anywhere, Gins? Do you go to the matches or do you, Davey, or what? You don't have to go now, do you? When you got the old Fire Stick. I'll be, I might do a little live tomorrow afternoon for the football anyway. It'll be about like 2 o'clock-ish. I know, he's a batty, isn't he? It's absolute batty fish, isn't he? We'll let him off though, because he's just been in he's been an holiday, hasn't he? Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we've been shopping today and all that. Shopping tomorrow, no doubt. Yeah, you lose a bit of, you lose your touch a little bit, you know, so if I'm a bit rusty tonight, I've got the darts on the telly from New Zealand, I think it is. 2 of the big hitters have just been knocked out as well. Peter Wright's been knocked out by, I can't even see with these. Yeah, Peter Wright's been knocked out in the first round, and so is some Belgian bloke. There's loads of kids from New Zealand. Yeah, so we should have a little bit of fun tonight. A little bit of fun, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That was my impression of Torbs there, by the way. Another Borough lad there who's been keeping me entertained all afternoon, to be honest. I've been in the back garden cleaning golf balls, as you do. No lie, right? I've cleaned about 500 golf balls. Here he is here. We'll stick the link out in a minute, Dave, and you can come and help us out, because I'm a little bit rusty. Yes, my mate. Get up there. Big up Liam, lad. He's just been knocked out. Liam. I think he was the 4th seed on here. Nathan Aspinall's on now. Some New Zealand kid. Look like a proper Maori as well, you know, with the little dreadlocks or little like ponytail and that. Good to see the darts though, like just flicking through the telly, you know, as you do. All the Borough lads are in tonight, aren't they? Good to see you though, Liam, mate. You can stop for a little bit. We're putting that link out in a bit. And I know there's plenty of people about, because I don't know if anyone's seen our mate Venom, and I haven't had much to do with Venom, I'll be honest. I do, obviously you can't miss his stuff, can you? There's Mr. Adam Scott. Adam Scott, lad, how are you doing? He'll be looking for his quiz. The quizzes will be coming back. Heister's in the house. Get up there, Heister, lad. Emily's in the house. Pick up the Emily. Jockey Wilson. You know what, Liam, right? My mate Dennis will be watching, right? He still can't get in the chat, right? He might jump on tonight, because he texted me earlier on saying when I put this up. I know he's on holiday at the minute, and I haven't spoken to him for a while, because I haven't been to work for a little bit, as you know. But there's don't even know what they're saying. There's a lass at work, right? She's Polish, yeah, but we call her Jockey Wilson, Liam. She looks like Jockey Wilson, which it's not a good look, that, like, is it? You know what I mean? Yes, Ian Bale, how are you doing, matey? I've been watching a bit of Flavours. Have you been on Flavours? That's where I normally see you, mate. Yeah, Flavours been taken over, hasn't he? Doing some mammoth, like, 12-hour lives. But remember the other week, he's an exclusive for you, right? So we all remember our mate Daryl Adams, yeah? Our good mate Daryl Adams. I haven't spoken to him for a while. I hope he's all right. But he was his claim to fame, and I think a lot of us in here were all part of it as well. 24-hour live he did, didn't he? Did a 24-hour live, but I think Flavours beat it. think Flavors beat it the other week when he come out of hospital. He come out of hospital, just had his tonsils removed, yeah, and he just had his tonsils removed. And Dr. Sanka, yeah, who performed the procedure, told him, "Look, Flavors, no smoking and no talking for." I can't remember how long it was now, but it was longer than 24 hours anyway. So what did Flavors do? Did a 25-hour live 2 days after he had his. There's a link there. 2 days after he'd had his tonsils out, and he hasn't really stopped since then. You know what I mean? Look who's in, Norris. Seen who's in, Nozza? Who's in, fella? Come on, the moon. Quaver's in the house. Pick up the Quaver. Norris is in. Get up there, so. Hey, Quaver's been knocking some nice photos out lately, Quavers. Oh, Lindsay there. In a Raven. Is that the Raven outfit there, Linz? Yeah, so tonight, I flicked on, I thought, see what's happening. Venom smashing it, money. 100 people in there. Good panel as well. Very good panel. See if we can beat it. I think we can come back with a bang. What's happening, Dozza? Popped in your live the other day, but yesterday morning, I think it was, Dozza. I couldn't chat really. I was in the car, mate. But what's happening with you, Boss Dog? How was that studio coming on, mate? Must be nearly ready for opening now. Liam had a little question for me there, didn't he, about drinkers? Yeah, back in the day, mate. Yeah, we only need Lordy now. Where was his question? Yeah, mate, I remember the days. Keith Della. Remember Keith Della? John Lowe. Eric Bristow, of course. But Darts has just, it's gone through the roof now. Sky did the little did the business, didn't it? Sky turned it into like into what it is now, filling stadiums out. Who would have ever thought? Remember back in the day, right? Darts was always like, didn't the referee always used to say, order, order? You got to be quiet. Now, you've got like 10,000 people singing songs and chanting while you try to throw darts, but they're still getting better though, aren't they? Yes, Mystical. Big up yourself, Mystical. It's up there. Long time no see, I know, yeah. 2.5 weeks, It's like a lifetime on here though, isn't it? If we get 25 in, I'll put. If we get 25 people in, there's 22 in now. I'll put a little clip up, and we can all have a little chat about it. It's worth it, guys. Come on, give us another 3 people. Yeah, big shout out to Venom, because I was one of them. I don't know, because there was rumours going about, if you listen to certain people, that Venom was Crossy, Crossy. Never spoke to Crossy yet, but I've been watching him for a long time, and Crossy knows I always read him about his cancelled live streams. He always puts lives up, premieres them, and never turns up for whatever reason, you know what I mean? But he did it again last week. There was a lot of people saying that Crossy and Venom were the same people, weren't they? And I always used to say to Louise, no, it's not. But of late, I can see why people might thought it, because he writes Crossy, Venom writes like Crossy. Crossy will like put big paragraphs out of his posts and that. And he even said Louise last week, before the Venom started doing his lives, I said, you know what? I said, might be Crossy. Might be. Because they've got the same interests, haven't they? They've got the same interests, like the same agenda, you know, they're going in on people and that. Yes, Gabby. Just left a little comment on somebody shared Gabby. I think it was Venom actually. Said go and sub to Gabby. I think Gav's nose have been sub to him for a long time. Back in the day, Gav, remember when you used to come on here, Gav? There's my old mate Peggy Pegster. Big up the Pegster. It's up there. I know, Slim. You haven't had it. Hopefully he'll be on, like. Sod it, I want to play this anyway. People might not know he's Dave. I'll put this comment up, Dave, first, yeah? So anyone who doesn't know what Dave's on about here, we might as well get it out there. And it's here we go.
This, and this video is to Shuffling. I've just been speaking to Simon Kirk from YouTube Wars, and this is my call out to you, Shuff. Me and you, bare knuckle, 21st of September, Bradford. You're quick to call people out on your channel, mate, and fucking say you'll do this and that to people. So I think it's about time you fucking put your money where your mouth is, mate. Let's see if you've got any minerals. Eh? Eh? Me and you, bare knuckle, let's fucking have it. Reply, mate. Let me know what you think. Oos!
I don't know what that bit at the end was, Dave. Oos. Oos. I don't know, people might be seeing that for the first time, you know, Dave. I know Yogi's World shared it. Yogi's World put it out. I think, Davey, that's the first time you've seen it. What do you reckon, Gav? Come on, guys. Let's see what you think. Come on. That's got to be a talking point. Had you? Got to be a talking point. As we know, Dave is. People say PP's the man of the truth. So Dave is, you know, he's one of my good mates on him, and everyone knows that anyway. I think everyone knows wherever I am, Dave's not far behind, or the other way around as well. What do you reckon, Mick? What do you reckon, Mick, lad? What do you reckon, Shuffs? If you're listening, obviously there's 21 people in here. Word will get about. What do we all reckon, man? Come on. There's a lot of think it's Team Smithers. You know, that YouTube was the first one. Was that only the first one that was on the other day? I think I caught it. Video Craig and somebody else. The Real Truth or something. The Real Truth. I recognise him. They were doing like they were ringside. camera work wasn't very good, but I don't know if that was official though. I think they were doing it. Somebody who had just had the phone, you know. You couldn't really see what was going on. I didn't know any of the fighters on the card, like. Ooh, Mick reckons Smith should keep well clear. Seen the calves on him, aye? Do you reckon he's going to go into the ring, Smithers, with his high vis on? I reckon just his high vis and like a pair of Speedos. As long as you wear some proper boxing shoes, right? Because Dave, if it's anything like Lion King's, if anything like Lion King's on it, any of your shoes come off or anything, that's it, mate. Ray-Bart. Yeah, Gav. What you're saying before, that was around about Christmas, I think. It's Christmas when Gav beat. I remember that lad as well, you know. Seems like donkeys years ago, that like. Yeah, but that YouTube it wasn't very well advertised. Don't even know if it was officially on YouTube. It'll smash the internet though, won't it? It'll smash the internet, mate. Let me tell you. 3D Fight Club will have nout on that. Smithers Shuffling. Gets a lot of love though, don't he, Smithers? You know what I mean? Yes, Ted Lowe, come on. This has turned into the Smoggies tonight. Full of Smoggies in here. Big up Ted May. Hope you're all right there, fella. You know, I thought I'd bloody scared you off that day when we bumped into you in the town, mate. Mad that, like. Good to see you though. Davey at Will, man, can you imagine? Because obviously Dave will, like, if the fight's going ahead, right? Dave will he'll probably give me, like, for paying me enough. And we might be able to sponsor him or something, you know what I mean? And he'll obviously give us access to his like training camp and that. And he'll be looking for somebody to go in his corner, won't he? Imagine all the content I'll get off that day. Don't let us down, lad. You know what I'm saying? We'll have another look. Let's have another look.
I've just been speaking to Simon Kirk from YouTube Wars, and this is my call out to you, Shuff. Me and you, bare knuckle, 21st of September, Bradford. You're quick to call people out on your channel, mate, and fucking say you'll do this and that to people. So I think it's about time you fucking put your money where your mouth is, mate. Let's see if you've got any minerals. Eh? Eh? Me and you, bare knuckle. Let's fucking have it. Reply, mate. Let me know what you think. Oos!
Love the oos bit at the end, mate. Oos. Oos, a la Pablo there. A bit of Pablo coming in there. Pablo and their son. Get together in Bradford. Imagine the what's the word? Just the possibilities, Dave. Come on, Shuffs. I know you'll be watching, Shuffs. I know you'll be watching. There's the Don. The Don is in the house. The Don is in the house. Oh, here he is, look. Here he is. Ash has had a little sniff of it. You know what Ash is like. Ash has been there and done it all. He's actually called me out, Ash. He can't remember because we've spoke since then. But he did call me out the week before 3D Fight Club, the first ever one, which we were all there, weren't we? We all seen the hype, man. The craziest. That was the craziest time on YouTube. That, you know, there wasn't an N word. There wasn't a bacon. I know. No, I said to Louise, Ash. I said Ash Strings called me out, and she said Ash String called everyone out. She's right. Like, do you reckon it's the Welsh air? Is it the Welsh air, boss dog, or what? Definitely something in the Welsh air. There was like it. That was the best times. Right. How else, right? You think back, we all used to watch Fighting Trolls, yeah. Now I got nervous about doing this tonight, yeah. But the first panel I went on, I think it might have been Monks actually, but Pablo was always the one who we all started watching first. But there was a time before 3D Fight Club was even mentioned, and it'll have been, I think it was 2 years ago now. 2 years ago, around about November, Pablo was pulling in 800-900 people every night. Ash String was one of the stars. He was on most nights. And I'm still a bit like that about going on panels. I don't go on many. I haven't been on for ages, but because like ones with big numbers, like Sparky, I love Sparky, and he did one today, and there was about 100 people in, but still, I'd love to go on and have a chat. Like, I probably will at some point, but I've been on Pablo's live. Didn't even realise that when there was like 800-900 people. You know, not a nonce or a bacon inside. An acro. No one knew what an acro was. You know what I mean? 800 people, man, imagine that. What's happening anyway, Ash? How you doing? How's things going? Oh, here she is. Still green as well. Get up there, Kira. Good to see you, mate. Still a few greens in the chat, right? Yeah, like a little chat with Sparky. I know Sparky watches us. It's always good to have on the panel, like, because he's just a gadget, and he proper real gadget like old Sparks. But he has entertained me all afternoon while I was cleaning my golf balls, yeah. So I think it was Tobbs. Yeah, Tobbs. Don't know. Do we all know Tobbs in the chat? Or the lads from Burrell all know him, taking our rights back. Never, not a shy fella. Never been on here, like, I think he's been in the chat a few times, but I don't know. It's a fine balance with them two, Tobbs and Sparks. There's something brewing, and it nearly kicked off this afternoon. Like, it was a good listen though. Good listen. What do we reckon? Do you reckon Shuffle? Do you reckon Shuff's seen that? Do you reckon Shuff's has seen that call out or what, Dave? Does anyone reckon he's seen it yet or what? I don't know what's happened to us at the channel. This is the drink of tonight, by the way, peeps. Got all export. Yeah, Nutter's the boy, like, and it's a bit late for Nutter this. It's a bit late for Torbs as well. Like they're like, you know, Nutter does his 6 o'clock every morning, you know, like, and coming live from his shed. I've been in that shed. Let me tell you, I've been in Nutter's garden and Nutter's shed, and it's mad what the camera does. The camera makes everything look a lot bigger. And I always imagine Nutter's garden, for one. It is a big garden, yeah. But I imagined it to be like a football pitch. Because when you see him on his lives and he's walking around at night, he's got like trampoline. He's got every vegetable grown in there, like wild brambles and rhubarb and that shit. Ash is staying in his own lane. For how long, Ash? You get dragged into it too quick, you Ash. I was hoping PP might drop in as well, you know. I think PP's always want to come and have a little chat. That's a good point, like Jids. That is a good point, mate. He's Paul. How are you doing, Paul, lad? Paul threatened us with a few lives, like. We were lucky enough to catch his I think you've done a few, didn't you, Paul? I don't know if you've done any since. Paul's very photogenic. Looks a bit, you know what, Paul? Looking a bit, me and you could pass us off like for twins, you know? But I think Paul's got one of them. I think Paul either bicks his hair. I've never bicked my hair, you know. I couldn't. I'd end up cutting it a bit. Yes, Peter Mellon. Peter, back in the day, mate. Back in the day, when I first started doing lives, Peter's always like followed us, to be honest. Always shouted us out. But Peter always used to try and get on the panel, right? And it never let me on, or it would never let him on. I always said like mic not connected, or. But then when it did, his mic was always like, it was like Ash Strings mic. Big up Peter, lad. Anyone wants to shot the link out like they can. Any mods in there? There's only a few mods, like. Big shout out, Peter, lad. Big shout out as well. I don't know if he's listening, right? But big shout out to Zeus. If you're listening, Jim, I think you might be still on hold of it. And I hope you're having a good time there with the wife. I think he's in Ireland. I haven't heard from him for quite a while, but he did pop up in, I think it was Jockney's. It was Jockney's chat. And I was watching it. I couldn't. Big shout out, Dennis, by the way, who's just texted me to say he's watching. Big shout out, Dennis. Good job you're not at work, fella. It looks grim there. But yeah, big shout out, Jim, if you're listening, mate. I know Jim got a bit disillusioned with it all, didn't he? You know? It's easy though, isn't it? It's easily done, man. Stick another link down here. I always forget to do it, you know. Oh, I always forget to put the link down. I tip man Slim, remember back in the day, the old when we used to rip Bob Smith. He's still about, you know, our Bob. Is it Bob Smith? Funny bloke. Him. Any darts fans out there? Gerwyn Price, the Iceman. He's from your way, isn't he, Boss Dog? Gerwyn. Hometown, Markham. Yes, here we go, guys.
Love me.
Sit up there, Peter.
Happy coming on, mother. You good?
Yes, at last, mate. At last. Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, man.
Boy, I've just put one. Yeah, man. You're one of the good ones. Do you know what I mean?
You know what,
Yeah.
Peter? I always have respect, mate, because you always shout me and Norris out, you know. Me and Norris. Norris is a good mate of mine, and I know you like
And
Norris.
not, or Norris is the man. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Good people. That's
How
what
are you
I
doing anyway, Peter? Are you staying cool, like, what?
yeah, well, I'll tell you what, to be honest, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm going to have a
haven't seen
little
you on
fucking
much, Peter.
11 everybody, you know what I mean? Rip a good couple of people. And do you know what? You're a good man, I love you.
Same
Remember
to
that.
you, mate. Same to you.
Oi, listen, I love you. You're always good. You was pucker. I know that, you know that.
Got to keep it real, haven't you, mate?
I'll tell you what, there's good
And you know
couple of them
what?
there, and they're good fucking curry.
You know what, as well,
Fuck down
Peter?
here. No,
Can I just say, Peter?
come here, something else. And your man there, you know my best mate. Who's my
Is
best
that
mate?
Romeo? Is Romeo with you?
Romeo, I love. It's Romeo.
You know what? I like Romeo. I actually like him. I see him. He's the top geezer.
Yeah, but you know what? Tomorrow's another day. The good people, they have to say.
So what is it tonight, Peter? A few tinnies, like?
We have to go. Hello? Now what? You're a good fella, aren't you?
Yeah, man, I try my best, Peter. You know what I mean? Stay in my own lane and that.
I'll tell you what, I'll come back in a second, yeah?
Peter, what do you make of Dave Smithers' call out?
Two Bob. They got nothing on me. They can't fathom me. They can't beat me. And if they want to beat me, it's me in front of them. It's easy. See you later.
So what do we think of Smithers' call out? I know you like Smithers. Oh, you've got bad crackles, Peter. Every time you come on, mate. Your mic. Peter's. Are you there, Peter? What? You know what? Every time Peter tries to come on, man. Was it bad? Was that really bad, though, Davey? Oh, I don't know. You know, I hope it's not my end. Like, you might come back in a minute, like, but yeah, bad sound. Respect though, Peter, lad, for jumping on, mate. I know he's a bit of a fan of Peter, like. What part of London is that where Peter is? What sort of accent is that? Is it a South London? I know Tunes did a live late on last night, didn't he? That turned into a slagging match as well, him and PP. I don't know. We've all watched PP for a long time, yeah. I like PP. Got no problem with him, man. You know what I mean? He plays the YouTube, doesn't he? It's all YouTube to him. And like he said last night, like he was saying the Tunes last night, PP knows how to wind people up, man. Howlerhead, yes, my brother. Howlerhead's been on this channel, you know. You probably won't remember this, right? I'm not saying you're not memorable, Howlerhead, but Howlerhead does great accents, don't you, mate? If I remember right, he can pull all the accents off: Welsh, Scouse, Scottish, Dutch. You know, he can do everything, man. That was you, wasn't it, Howler? I seem to remember, right? If I remember rightly, you jumped on this panel, right? And you were on a bus somewhere, mate. You were on a bus. Might sound a bit mad, but yeah, man, because you don't do many panels, like, do you, Howler? You know what I mean? Back in the day again. He was in the background. That was Romeo, wasn't it? I tell you what I remember of Romeo, right? I was at work back in the day, and I think it was actually Shufflin's channel when Shufflin started off. And I only remember it because he had a right ding dong with Smithers. He had a right ding dong with him. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he got right under Smithers' skin. To the point where I think Dave must have been on the way. It must have been the Wales that weekend as well, because Dave was in a right fighting mood. Like, Dave was giving his phone number out and all sorts. You know what I mean? Is that where it was, Howler? See, no wrong with this memory, mate. No wrong with this memory. You tell her that wasn't PP in the background. I'd be very, very surprised. Come on, Ash. He probably will be fishing, won't he? I don't know. Is it fishing weather? There's going to be a. I think Dave's just come home in time, actually, because I think there's going to be. Isn't there a storm brewing? Storm Anthony, apparently. Yeah, man. Dave's going to be the one to watch, and this channel will be the one to watch if this gets accepted, yeah. And still don't know if anyone. We haven't had no word back from Shufflin yet. If it does get accepted, it could be as big as Pablo and Ash. What do you reckon? Because there's going to be training involved in that, and I mean, doesn't matter if there's no love lost between them. Yeah, I mean, there was no love lost between Ash and Pablo. I mean, there was genuine, like, there was genuine beef there in the end, wasn't there? I mean, we all got into it. We all had our own team Pablo, team Ash. And Filmboy, I know you're about, mate, but I know you're about. You've just been on Venom's panel, and I know he He is sub to us. Viral Videos, I think he's called now. Oh, tell us about it. We had our summer, 2 weeks we had in June. That was our summer up here in the northeast. Slim, I think you're right. You know, I think it could be bigger, like, and whoever it is that runs YouTube Wars, it could make that. It could make it, couldn't it? Could definitely make it. We might get Smithers on, you know, if we shout him out, you know. Where are you, Dave? Come and tell us what's behind it all, mate. Come and tell us what's going on. What we could do with the content. What does the wife think? Is the wife behind it or what? Because let's face it, I think Ash's wife was behind it, wasn't she, Ash? With the right people behind it, like. Tyrone's in the house. Big up the Tyrone. Tyrone's another quizzer. Not just a quizzer. Talking to quizzers, here she is, Stokesy. Respect the Stokesy there, who puts the effort in with them quizzers, let me tell you. Keeping it real there. Good quizzers. People don't realise, do the Stokesy, like the effort that goes into it, you know what I mean? Yeah, Bostog's another one, like any low Bostog, but Bostog's got a few. There's a few people who Bostog would get in the ring, like. We'd watch that. Not mention any names, like. I don't know what goes on, you know, with these channels that are getting struck at that. Look, I mean, touch wood. I've never had like a strike or anything like that, but there's a few people who I know. Our good mate Shell, Scouser Shell from Flavors. She's a big Flavors fan. Her channel always seems to get struck. I don't know what she does wrong. I can't see it, like. Yes, JJ, how are you doing, my mate? Pick up the JJ. JJ, you go when you walk your dog, yeah? Is it Tyson? Because I do watch JJ, and he is a big. He backs Torbs to the hilt, like. Torbs is, I think JJ knows I'm from Middlesbrough as well. But when you walk your dog, it's on the golf course, isn't it? Because I frequent a few golf courses. As people on here know. But I see JJ walking, he's walking along the fairway with his dog. And when I go golf balling, yeah, JJ, I've got my camouflage jacket on. Yeah. Me wellies, and I'm like this, man. I spend half the time, like, don't want to see anybody, and there's JJ just walking along the fairway with his dog. Yeah, man. John, is this the John? Is this the John from Peterlee who's been commenting? Because you did. Obviously, I do look at my comments. I'm not big enough yet to not look at my comments or comment back. Was that John from Peterlee? Because I have a feeling John might be watching for a while, you know, and doesn't. There's people who watch and they don't comment, or you know, they just like to watch. But yeah, man, big up John, lad. And if it's you from Peterlee, used to work with quite a few people from Peterlee up there on the northeast coast, didn't it? Not too far away from Gamer. I think Gamer's up that way. You might be a Mackham, like you're a Mackham, like John, or you're a Mag. Oh, it's not in. So I've got another fan. Yeah, somebody called John with a J or a green avatar. He's left a couple of comments on a few of my videos. I haven't been putting many up, like, to be honest. I know Slim likes the community posts I've been putting up lately. Done with. He's another legend, Ian Nos Dog, not to be mixed up with Boss Dog, although these two, yeah, Nos Dog and Boss Dog. If you work night shift, here's a little tip for you. If you work night shift, make sure you sub to Boss Dog, yeah? Someone might put his link up. You'll see some great lives, like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, where our mate Boss Dog, yeah, will be doing his cardio. I don't know, are you still doing your cardio, like Boss Dog, or what? You'll see Boss Dog doing his cardio there. Yeah, that's the one. He was. It was a couple of weeks ago now, right? But remember, he was teaching me how to skin up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, yeah. I was laid in bed, and it was when he was. Does anyone else watch YouTube on the telly? You know, like on the big screen. Brilliant on the big screen, man. On the Fire Stick, because you get all the when you watch it on the Fire Stick, you get all the chat going down your right hand side of the screen, man. It's brilliant. You've got your phone laid in bed. But yeah, Boss Dog's teaching me how to skin up because I don't smoke that much weed, like, to be honest. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say I'm old school, like five Rizzlers for me. But Boss Dog can skin up with one hand on a motorbike. Been busy grafting. Has that been your cardio, like all this graft? Let's change the lighting because I know Boss Dog likes his lighting, don't you? Oh, that's got a bit colour. Well, that one. Well, there you go, Smithers. Ashstring likes you, mate. Funniest thing, still another shout out for Daryl Adams, yeah, my Scouts mate Daryl. You never know, he might come back one day. Funniest thing he ever said, like, and it was off the top of his head when I was on this panel, and I'd been looking for Smithers' channel on my phone, and I put it in YouTube, Dave Smithers. It came up, clicked on it, and I thought, it's not Dave. There was only another Dave Smithers, wasn't it? So I said to Daryl on his live, I said, there's only another Dave Smithers. There's two Dave Smithers. And Daryl's reply was, fucking hell, you mean there might be a Dave Smithers that we actually like? But yeah, I'll be there, like. You said that, Slim, not me, mate. You said that. I think he still listens, Daryl, you know. It's mad though, isn't it? Mad, isn't it? Like that. Like where has he gone anyway? Where have he gone, Daryl? It was always like a threesome. Like it was like a YouTube threesome. Wherever Daryl was, being Smithers were never far behind, and the other way around, you know. I reckon where do you reckon? I reckon Smithers is doing some press ups now. I reckon he's doing some press up, like.
And this video is to shuffling. I've just been speaking to Simon Kirk from YouTube Wars, and this is my call out to you, Shuff. Me and you, bare knuckle, 21st of September, Bradford. You're quick to call people out on your channel, mate, and fucking say you'll do this and that to people. So I think it's about time you fucking put your money where your mouth is, mate. Let's see if you've got any minerals. Eh? Eh? Me and you, bare knuckle, let's fucking have it. Reply, mate. Let me know what you think. Peace.
You see right at the end there, after the use, you see the Danny G. Big shout out to Danny G as well. I know my mate Mick Johnson, who's probably listening now. He's a big Danny G fan, the real Danny G, that is. Brilliant, man. Total entertainment. That's 3 arms. We've 3 arms now, Dave. Shuffling. If you're listening, mate, come on, lad. Come on, lad. Let's have that reply. Oh, we've got Cara K's attention. Cara K's in the house. What do we reckon? It's been shared a few times, Smith, so might all go off overnight. I think Shuffling's got a new channel now, hasn't he? He had a bit of problems with his other channel. You just like that loose bit at the end, don't you? I bet you any money, guys. I'm not putting ideas into anyone's head, but that's going to get clipped, isn't it, with the oops bit at the end. Yeah, man. Yes, I've got no but look for Danny G. Like, he put some content out. He went away. I think he went to where was, I think, might be Cornwall, you know, right at the end of the country. Went away last week. Man was putting out some content, let me tell you, golfing, drinking, cooking. He's got it boxed off with the donations as well. Anyone who doesn't know him, right? When he gets a donation, say he gets somebody donates him £20. It doesn't matter where he is, right? I've seen him on the golf course and he's got a donation where he does press ups. So if he gets £20, he's got to do 40 press ups. If he gets a tenner, he does 20. And he just drops and does them, like. But somebody, when he was away a couple of weeks ago, because man does everything. Yeah? He's a surfer as well. And he had his wetsuit on and he'd just come back from the surf. And he's taking his wetsuit off doing his live. And somebody donated him £100. So it was like, I mean, what can you say? £100? It's 200 press ups. So he's like, you know, he didn't do them all at once, obviously, but he did do them in the next like 20 minutes, doing like 40 at the time. But who else? Anyone else would do 100 press-ups, 200 press-ups for £100? Is that a good deal, like, or what? We'll have to make sure it's on first, Ash. But there will be a few where Dennis says he'll do. Dennis on the WhatsApp there says he'll do 200 press-ups for £100. Well, for £100, I don't think I could do 200 press-ups, mate. Not in one day, anyway. I'd do them over a week. He looks like he needs a bath. Are we on about Danny G here, like, or Smithers? Yes, Breege, how you doing, matey? No, big shout out to Breeze, right? Anyone who doesn't know Breeze is Fighting Irish, one of the OGs of YouTube. Fighting Irish's mother, great lady, you know. She's always been a follower of this channel. And Breeze, you might have noticed you did. Well, I know you did get a little. You did get a little present, didn't you, back in your account? Because anyone who did buy me a coffee, sadly, that coffee money got returned to anyone because of a problem I had. That's all it was. But I know Fighting Irish did make a comment about why Breeze had got her because she bought me some coffees. She did get her money back, same as quite a few people in here. And it was all to do with, I mean, I wanted to talk with Nutter about it as well, because he has recently monetized. Let me tell you, man, I was surprised that he even managed to get monetized, because not because of his channel, but all the shit that you have to go through, the shit you have to fill in and that, honestly. Yeah, man, Breeze, get yourself some more flowers for your back garden. Can remember a few little videos you put up. You've got a little back garden going on there, haven't you? Loads of there's all sorts going on in that garden anyway. You get yourself something nice, mate. Tell you what, I've done quite a bit of gardening this week, right? I've been helping me mum and dad. They've got a skip, you know. You know, it's like when you get them, my mum and dad, like in the 60s or 70s. And they've got like quite a big house with a big loft. And you know, it's like when you have a loft, things just go up there, don't they? You get stuff over the years and you just like put it in the loft, it's out the way, innit? And my mum and dad anyway decided that they would get this skip and they would clean the loft out in the back garden. So that's where I've been, like, for a few days. Actually we smashed a shed down the other day, yesterday. That's quite funny though, because you know when you're a bit of a hoarder, we all like a bit of hoarding, don't we? Nobody likes to shut anything out, but my dad's the worst one in the world for it, like. So after about 10 minutes, I refused to put anything else in the skip. I said, right, I'll move everything, but I'm not putting it in the skip, because my dad was just stood there like this. No, I'm not shutting that away. I'm not shutting that half bag of concrete from about 20 years ago, crying, shutting stuff away like that, you know. And I'm You're not shopping that bag of rusty nuts and bolts away, are you? There was a little like because I said to my mum, I said, whenever you clean that loft out, give me a shout, because I had a feeling there was things up there from when I was a kid, things that are worth a bit of money as well. The one thing I wanted to find was this. It was like a suitcase, you know, a proper old style suitcase from like the 70s, but it had loads of stuff in from when I was at school and that, and could have swore it was up in that loft. But anyway, I spent 2 hours in there last week, sweating my tits off. But I'll find it, like, it wasn't there. But I tell you what I did find, but it wasn't in the box. And if it had been in the box, it'd been worth some money. Remember Spectrums? Spectrum 48s, them little computers that came out. We all know them. If you're in your mid 40s or early 50s, you'll remember the Spectrum. It was just in a carrier bag. I couldn't believe how small it was. It's like the size of an iPad. Oh, a string. Could have another call out here. You know what, Howler? When we cleaned the shed out, though, when I cleaned the shed out, right, there was like old birds' nests in there, yeah? And like just horrible spiders and all sorts, right? But there was a golf ball there. So it went in the boot with the other 1,000 I've got in my boot at the minute. Nostog? The answer to that is no, mate. I have got another 3 weeks. Another 3 weeks. That's a different spectrum, that, Ash. Tell you what, I do miss my son's really expensive computer chair, let me tell you. Yeah, mad them Spectrums like that. And I've heard people talk about them on here. I think it's Cindy or Julie's keep putting these community posts up. It's all stuff from like, must be the same age as me. Keeps asking when films come out and putting pictures of old stuff. And one of them the other day was, what was your favourite computer game? It was Pac-Man, Space Invaders. Then someone put Daley Thompson Decathlon. Jet Set Willie, yeah. Oh yeah, Manic Miner. But the first one ever was Horace Goes Skiing. You used to get it free. You got it free with the Spectrum. Graphics on that one. Yeah, Ash. Come on, Ash. What happened with these veneers? Where did you get them done, Ash? Because I remember no one had seen you for a while, but we all know what goes on with them veneers, don't we? They're like, did you get used to them? Did you get used to them quick or what, Ash? Did you go to Turkey or what? Because there's got to be, can you remember? Remember about 10 years ago when teeth whitening, you used to get teeth whitening, and it was like a procedure, wasn't it, where you had to go, I don't know, I don't even think you could get it done at your dentist, where everyone started getting all the teeth whitened. But now you can go to bloody go to the corner shop and get all the kit, can you? You know, all it is a little like gum shield thing, don't you? You put the it's like what is it? It's like gel, isn't it? What's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's a whitening gel, in it. Yes, Shirley, how are you doing, Shirley? Good to see you, Shirley. Where's our Tim? Where's our Timbo, Tim Smith? Don't know, I've seen quite a few. Posts off Tim through this week, but I can't remember any of his live. Did he do any? Ash, you know when you went into when you had the fight with Pablo, yeah, and you got a gum shield, won't you? Them gum shield, you know when you go and buy them from wherever it is, I don't know, Sports Direct or whatever. Are they like the ones you get in the teeth whitening kits where you have to put them in hot water and put them in your mouth and mold them, or what? Tipex, yeah, Tipex would be a good one. Yeah. Peroxide, that's probably what it is, isn't it? Just like bleach, isn't it? Where everyone wants the white ashes, don't they? That's where he is. That's where he is recouping. Because I'm sure Dave, Smithers was supposed to be going to meet him, weren't you, Dave? You want the link, Ash? Let's have a look. I'll have to do it because let's have a look. We'll have a little chat if Ash wants to come on. I hope your mic's all right as well, Ash, because your mic is always quiet. Right from the first day that I've seen you on YouTube, you've always had a dodgy mic, and I know you've been through a few phones like that. Kira's not aggressive, man. You're all getting the wrong opinion. He's off a nut, like, but you know, when I was at school, there was a lass at school. She had brown teeth. I said to her, "Just close your mouth while you're on the sunbed." Yeah, boy.
Right, huh?
Oh, come on, Ash. You winding me up with that, mate.
Yeah.
It's terrible, that.
Hello.
I can hear you, mate, but you're barely audible, mate.
Hello. This phone's shit, mate.
I'm starting to think that it's my end, you know, because
It's not, I can hear you perfect.
I know,
Everyone
Ash.
said it all night, though. Everyone said it. Everyone said they can't hear me.
Look, Ash, your mic's goose, mate. What is it you don't have any luck with their phones, do you? And microphones, Ash.
I'm on a fucking iPhone 6, aren't I? iPhone 6. Door's got an iPhone 13, now I've got an iPhone 6.
That's what it is, I think. Them iPhones, mate. You've got a what? iPhone 6?
iPhone 6, mate, yeah. Now, smash
Jesus, right. I didn't know they're in Beamish, them now, aren't they? iPhone 6s, Jesus.
Yeah, cheap to fix, though.
Ash, we'll give it.
Let me jump off, I'll jump
Yeah.
back on.
Yeah, go on, Ash. Yeah, I don't get that, you know, because the two people have been on tonight, two people I always have problems with microphones, and it's exactly the same. Don't think it's bad. I don't think it's my end. Like, there's nothing worse though. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than like a dodgy mic. It's unbearable. Like, I mean, you could get some big hitters on here, but if the microphone's got to be good at it. Exactly, iPhone 6. Jesus Christ. Let's see if he's any better. Go on, Ash.
Is that better? Yeah,
What do we reckon? No. What did you do different, like, Ash? Let me have a look at your mic settings. Let me see if I can do something. Hang on. I'll see if I can. Hang on. You forgot how to do it now, you know. Look. Edit mic settings. Have you been on any panels lately like that?
Yeah, they said me right below.
Try that, mate.
Yo. Is that better?
Yes, that's better. Got you?
Right.
Yes. How we doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not bad, Ash, mate. Not bad. Get here, Ash. Right. Just a question before we start. What from them back in them days? Yeah, the 3D Fight Club. Could you remember much about the build up to that then? Like, because you were on a lot of panels, weren't you?
Yeah, and the night before, well, I got wide, mate. To be honest, I got whiffed up. I'll be honest with you. I did 9 days straight. I did 9 days straight, nothing. Went to fight, ended up out sesh. And then the day after, I felt ill as fuck. I said to Kelly, I'm ill. I feel ill. Turned out.
So were you flapping before the fight, Ash? Were you confident, like?
I was confident. I said to Kelly, because I had a broken rib at the time. You can ask me. I had a broken rib. I said, if he catches me, I'm fucked. I said to Kelly, I'm not winning this fight. Genuinely, I said, I'm not winning it. I says, I'm not winning this. But isn't it simple? Because
the build up to it was brilliant, wasn't it? Like, looking back on it now, it was the best time ever on YouTube. You know, it was like what it was all about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you were right in the middle of it, weren't you? You were like, it was you and Pablo, wasn't it? You know what I mean? And I was Team Pablo. I think you know that, don't you? Because I can remember, I don't know if anyone else can remember, it was one of our favourite times ever on YouTube. I jumped on I think it was my live or somebody else, I can't remember. But me and you ended up arguing. We were in the middle of an argument. Pablo came on the panel and just ripped in here and said, "Who are you to be slagging off one of my mates?" And it was like it was the best buzz ever, honestly. Don't know if anyone else can remember it. Like,
I can't remember arguing with me, to be honest.
That's what I thought, Ash. I thought, you know, Ash won't even remember like a lot of that because you were on everything, weren't you, in the build-up?
Yeah, I was fucking. Yeah, it's been fucking hard, mate. To be honest, it's been hard.
Because you used to do some crazy lives as well, you know, Ash. You used to do some crazy lives, didn't you? Like in the middle of the night and shit.
Yeah, and it's trying to talk to that now. Do you know what I mean? It's not fair. It's not fair on kids and everything. You know what I mean?
So, are you a million miles away from that now, Ash? Is that? Do you look back on that and think, what the fuck was I doing?
I'm not in the clear. far from not in the clear. 100%. I keep relapsing. 100%. I keep relapsing. But you just got to take day by day, haven't you? You just got to keep doing it, and simple.
Yeah. So you still like a tipple? You still like a tipple like that?
Mate, who don't? You know what I mean? But there's one thing having a drink, and there's one thing putting yourself into an oblivion.
Yeah.
So some people can have a drink and then leave it. I'm not one of them people.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you came back a couple of months ago after a big break. You sort of came back, and you were like this. You seemed like you turned a corner, or whatever, but then you got dragged back into it all straight away. Like you were fighting on panels again, and it was on shufflings and that. People were telling you what stay away from them. You know what I mean?
That's what addiction does to you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like a lot of people on here, I can relate. But I've got addiction or anything. So, but some of my good mates on here have been through addiction and that, and I don't know what to say myself. But all you can do is listen, can you? Who broke your rib like Ash? Ted Loon's asking who broke your rib before the fight? Because not many people. I didn't know that.
Say again.
Who broke your rib? Somebody's asking in the chat.
Who was it? Hector's nephew. Who's that? Who had that argument with Dr. Crackle? Hoover. Oh,
Hoover. Yeah, Hoover. I loved Hoover, Do you still talk to Hoover?
No. I speak to Hector now and again, but very rarely.
So you're still friends with Hector, are you? Because that all went sour as well, didn't it? That went sour. Yeah. That was sad to see that, because I remember all that. It all went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? But never mind. But Hector doesn't do much now, does he? What's he doing?
Fuck knows, mate. I don't know. I spoke to him for a bit.
I know he put a few little videos out, and I think he had quite a few views, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got a good channel going, to be honest.
But Hector come about through Hoover, didn't he? And does everyone in the chat remember Hoover? He used to come on Pablo's, didn't he, now and again? Yeah, I liked Hoover. I think his wife hasn't he just had twins, or his wife's just had twins, I think.
I don't know, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, man, he was all right, Hoover. But he got caught up on it all, didn't he, with our mate Uncle K. What do you think of Uncle K, Ash? He's muted him. Oh, he's back. What do you think of Uncle K, Ash? Do you think Uncle K will ever make it come back?
Yeah, it'll always come and go, Harry.
I liked Uncle K, because he was another.
I like him.
He was another one, he was like a PP character, wasn't he?
He's never done wrong to me.
Yeah.
I can't speak badly about him. He's sand in my eyes.
Yeah. So what you're up to tonight, Ash? What's your Friday night? What's been happening? Are you working? Still working?
No. Well, yeah, I'm working. Yeah.
What, you still roofing?
Yeah. Yes, mate. Yeah.
So this weather, because roofers, they get a lot of work when the weather's bad, don't they?
You do, but you can't really do it when it's fucking pissing it down. So you've got to wait. Do you know what I mean? Little repairs, and then you can. Like little bit of lead work and stuff like that. But any major repairs, or if it's a bad roof, you need to re-roof. You can't do it in pissing down. So you've got to wait till it fucking clears up, haven't you?
So I think I seen you in Venom's chat. Were you in Venom's chat earlier on?
Yes, mate, yeah.
What do you think of all that? Like, what do you think of Venom?
It's alright, mate. Yeah, it's the first time I've been on.
Yeah, because he's one of these, isn't he? Where, you know, I'd love to do it. If people didn't know me, right, Ash, didn't know my voice, that is what I would do
Right,
now.
I'm
I would
putting on mute, mate, because I ain't pissed.
Yeah, all right, fella. Oi, Chris the Brick. How's it going, Chris, lad? Friday night. Chris will be out. If you want to chat, mate, the link is there somewhere. Yeah, what was I saying there? Yeah, it might have been me, you know, with when Peter Mellon come on there. The way I sorted Ash's mic out there, I just took the echo cancellation off. Didn't put it on, I took it off. Chris is an OG, you know, right? And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I can remember meeting Chris the first time on Daryl's panel, and he'll remember it. Jim was on there, and it was quite funny. It's quite funny because Chris didn't know anybody at that point. I think he, if I'm not wrong, I think he might have been on. Let's have a look. Got 2 ADs now. Got 2 ADs here in the back. Yeah, Chris was on Darren's panel, and it was like a breath of fresh air, you know what I mean? Don't think Dave will come on while Ash is on there. I think Ash is not his biggest fan, like.
Yeah.
I don't think it's reciprocated. You like Dave Smithers, don't you, Ash?
Yeah, fucking mate. We've had his fucking ups and downs, but mate, he's fucking sound.
What do you think of this fella, Ash? Have you met Chris the Brick?
Hey up, Moon.
Get up there, me old mugger.
How you doing, mate? Hello, Ash.
Alright, pal.
Sound, mate, sound.
Have you been on a panel with Ash before, like Chris?
I can't say I have, like, he's a roofer, isn't he?
Well, we've got a first. Can you remember that first night, Chris?
I always remember that night, mate. Come on, he's eased us in gently, in a sense, you know what I mean? Which I wasn't very happy about, you know. I'd rather just get whacked in dry when he
Exactly.
Vaseline.
It's mad looking back now. It's mad looking back now, though, right? Because can you remember what happened, Chris? What happened was Jim was on the panel, wasn't he? Zeus,
aye.
And you said you went to go out. We thought you'd gone out in the car, but they thought you'd been drinking. Can you remember?
Yeah, I went, because again, Daryl thought a bit, and do you know what it is? The utmost respect goes out, because that was, you know, in some places that could be gone, egged on, whatnot. That made me think of when I came back. I thought, I've got to get on this panel and say, no, that wasn't what. And I thought, yeah. Daryl, love him to bits, mate. Honestly, where he's gone, I know he's done it for the better reasons, but I mean, come on, that was one of the first ones I went on, that one, Moon.
So was it one of the first ones you went on, Chris? Was it? How long had you been about when you went on that panel?
For this side of it, right, Moon, again, I've been on a couple of weeks or so, right, but you know what I mean, mate, I just jumped in dry anyway, but it was like the first regular panel that I will go on, you know, because, you know, and it's a shame he's gone. I'll be honest with you, I miss the cunt.
I know. I think we all do, like, you know. But I have had no contact with him. It was a couple of months ago. We were on about it tonight with Louise, and it was about 2 months ago. He was on my panel. And I was walking down the river there. It was a dead sunny day, and we were just talking away, and I haven't heard from him since.
Well, the number I've got for him. Sorry, Ash, mate. To get you now, Daryl.
He's muted at the minute for some reason.
He's muted. Again, I just thought I could try to, you know, I didn't want to think it was it. But again, I mean, I've got the number I've got. When I messaged him a week or so ago, just asked him how him and the family was, and obviously on WhatsApp, and it didn't even like bleed blue ticks. I think it's only one tick. So I think Moon, he didn't need this kind of drama that was created. You know, now when you look at that side, oh, we got Lammy.
No, we've got my mate Gav B. Get in there, Gav.
Oh, it's Gav B. Yeah, son. How you doing, Ginger Ninja?
What's happening, Trips?
See,
Yes,
Moon,
Gav.
people like this yourselves I've met on YouTube, right, that I never thought I would actually get. And it's this what keeps us going, mate. Do you know what I mean? It is.
Well, this is the calm side of YouTube, isn't it? We've all seen everything that goes on YouTube, right? But my channel's always been the same, Chris. You know that.
Yes.
And you do, Gav. But I watch yous too. I watch Chris. You've been up and down, mate. Haven't you? Let's just say it, mate. But I told you last time you were on. I always think the same of you, mate. The same as I did on that first night. You know what I mean?
But Moon, you
matter
know
what you do, mate. It doesn't matter what you do. You just Chris the Brick, aren't you? You know what I mean?
I like to think I'm respectful, Moon, first and foremost to the panel host, obviously, and their guests, right? Until the table turns and whatnot, and again, it's like, you know, then you get given a green light. But yes, that can be a proper twat, Moon. I think it's blatant to see now, but I mean, hey, unless you're going to push me buttons, you're not going to get the bear biting you. It's one of them ones. But honestly, but I've said it from day one, Moon. This your place, right? Yeah, somewhere where I class, and this is a compliment for me. Not, it's where I start the evening off before it all gets hectic. You know, just have that warm up drink. Everyone has that friendly bar. They all go and sit in first, and then and that's it. It's religious, and it's a comfort for me, mate, because there is a lot of arse. I mean, I'm one of them, mate. You know, live at 4 o'clock in the morning, winding people up. But come on, Moon. I didn't mean any malice by it.
We've all been there, man. Let's have a little word with our Gav, yeah? What's happening, Gav?
Yes.
Shit, oh man, you were saying earlier on about I've not been on for a while, so I thought I'd come up. And we've got
always well, mate, Gav.
Here, so.
Gav is as real as they come, mate. He's as real as they come, Gav.
Have you seen the size of him? Have you seen the fucking size of him, Moon? He's a proper beast. Honestly.
I just caught a glimpse of him.
No, not you, Gav.
He had his camera.
Of course, you fucking hell, honestly. Apparently, Gav, how tall are you? Because there's a rumour going round and you're 6 foot plus.
I'm only 5'8", but I've got hands like Rocky.
I can imagine that. Like, I can't. I mean, Moon, this fucker Gav B, honestly, he's a brother. I've got, look, there's a few people on here that I've got that close to, right? Never saw physically in person, but you know, you have that kind of like conversation video. Like, you know, you cannot fault them. I mean, don't get us wrong. I wouldn't like his hands wrapped around my neck, but you know, he's in Scotland. I'm in Newcastle.
So, what do we all think about? What do we think about our Smithers then, Carl and Shuffler now?
Yes,
Chris, you've had a bit of carry on with you.
Oh, but Smithers can fight though. Smithers can fight. You know what I mean? I can't.
It's going to blow the internet up if this one comes off. I tell you, and I'm going to be in Smithers' corner. Let me tell you,
I'll be the ring girl for him.
Fly me. I didn't get involved with this much now, but I'll give you my opinion on it. I don't think he should, because they fools will get him to jail.
No, it's in a ring, man. Wants it in a ring.
Yeah, this is official. This one, Gav. He wants to do it officially because Dave doesn't want no shit like that. Dave doesn't want to be getting in bother. but he wants to do it like on a production, you know. This YouTube Wars.
Smithers won't go. I mean, sorry, Shuffling won't go. Shuffling will. He cocked it with me. He wanted me to go up his front door, right? Okay, his front door, and he wouldn't fight us in a ring when it was organised and it was set in a position in an environment which is, you know, which could be legit. Doesn't want any of that, mate. Because what he wants is he wants a law on his side. He wants to grass you. He wants it. So yeah, he is a little sly, slinky snake. And I'm telling you now, if Smithers fights him, if it gets to go, I will be buying 15, 20 of them tickets. And me and the lads will be coming down to back Smithers up. I promise you that, mate. Honestly. But Shuffling will cock it. He will. He's a little faggot.
There's been no word. I haven't heard anything back from anyone yet, or whether he's seen it or not. I don't know. There's a few videos out there. It's been shared, but I don't know if Shuffling's had any word back yet. Like.
Are you talking about a proper boxing match in a ring? Is that what you're talking about?
Bare knuckle. Ash, you're back, mate. You're back.
Shuffling will not fight Smithers. 100%.
He won't, will he, Ash? He won't.
No, will he fall? Will he fall?
No.
Your mic's a bit quiet, Ash, pal.
Don't you say that at all.
No.
You have to deal with it.
That's better. That's better.
Chris, take over while I go to the toilet, mate.
Oh, pressure, yeah. Right, anyway. Ash, mate, your mic's a little bit better now, bud. But again, I can hear you, because what I lack in my eyesight, I make up for another senses. And it's hearing one of them. So
will not fight fucking Shuffling, sorry, will not fight Smithers, 100%.
Nah. What do you reckon, Gav?
If it goes ahead and it's in a ring and that, Smithers will have him.
Knuckle, though. You see me, I wouldn't be going into the bare knuckle. I wouldn't be going just bare knuckle, because I'd want to use my legs, my arms, my elbows, my fucking knees a lot, me. Honestly. So I take my hat off to these bare knuckle boxers.
Chris, snap! I'm used to just being on the street. That's like a bit too strict for me.
I know, because Gav, mate, I'd be picking my legs up, trying to tape them, trying to give them leg kicks and whatnot. Yeah, a bare knuckle boxer. I mean, it's not even like boxing bare knuckle, man. You can't guard a good dig. You know, you've got any gloves like to space. You know, you get hit with a good hand right or left. Boom. Out, and honestly, you've got to have a good fucking concrete chin.
Yeah. Bare knuckles, brutal sport.
It is. The hands like yours as well. So, Ash, what's your favourite sport and like fighting wise? What do you like to watch?
To be fair, I love bare knuckle now. I just watch it all the time. Really.
Do you? If you were going to partake in any kind of, let's just say you had a grudge match with someone, right? Was that what sport style you're going, or would it be boxing? Would it be bare knuckle? Would it be like a Muay Thai?
I don't like gloves, mate.
So you would be 100? It'd be bare knuckle.
Yeah,
100%. You're fucking brutal, Eli. Honestly, you're brutal. I really, really got. Honestly, I think my skills lie in like below the arms. Do you know what I mean? I mean, just the hands, hand-eye coordination, Gav, me. You know, it's just for me when my glasses off as well. You know, it's one of them ones, that small face with a hand. You know, unless I've got hands that goes, "Hey up, Moon, you're back."
I've got some breaking news, guys. Breaking news, right?
Oh, go on.
Apparently, we've only got 16 people in here, right? Because Expo's live, and apparently he is shouting out for Dave Smithers. So it looks like word's got about.
But he's about. That's what you want. Okay,
yeah, well,
Moon. If
keep it going.
If Dave Gann's sorry, Ash, go on.
Keep it going, mate. Fucking don't let anyone.
Oh yeah, we'll keep it going, mate. I always keep it going here. 15's good for me, Ash. 15 real ones, man. You just look in the chat. That's all I know. The people in my chat.
I ain't going nowhere, bro.
You dropped off there. You
I'm struggling to hear Ash. Struggling to hear him.
Listen, Moon, mate.
Gav, it's
Honestly,
always the same.
you know, no, that's a bit better. It was a connection loss. That was what it was. A connection loss. I'm telling you now, Expo, he'll get Dave on there, and it'll be for subs, views, and shares, whatever. Because Expo's a businessman. Got to remember that he does YouTube for a business, right? So he'll create.
Chris, you've
Does he
dropped.
though? Because he's not monetized, is he? He gets a lot of coffees, or doesn't he?
I think, right, I'll start with this. I've not got a problem with anybody making money on here. But
Yeah.
I do think Chris is right. I think he's right that it is for that. That's why he's shouting for him. And then obviously, I don't know who will have foot on his side, whether it's Shuffling or somebody else, I don't know. But like somebody to argue on his panel, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, Chris, I'll bring you back on there.
My internet, mate, I think, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've all, Chris, you're not interested in money. Everyone knows that on that. You were always like, don't hit the like button. You know, that's always been your thing, hasn't it?
You're not buy me a coffee or a PayPal link in my fucking chats, mate. Not because I'm not like worthy of it, right? It's because the content I provide is just not content. It's just me getting therapy, and I would pay people to fucking watch us because of the laugh I have with them. But other than that, if I was to delve into a different like genre, whatever, like me career, whatever, then obviously I could try that. But no, it's not my thing, mate. Moon, definitely not. But not against anyone that nothing against anyone that does do that.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your channel, pal?
I'll let you explain that one, Chris.
Gav, do you want to try?
What's that? I can't hear Ash. I can't hear.
He said, "What's my channel?" He asked us what my channel is about.
Well, I'll start with this, Ash, right? I had my most famous Eminem moment, and Chris deleted it like he deletes all his lives. So there you go.
Ash, long and short of it, butters, right, is I randomly go live, and when I do, I can't give a description, right, because I never know how the fuck it's gonna go, right? But honestly, I'm there for a laugh. I'm for banter, right? And if I need to have an argument and a roast with someone, and it can get very brutal. And if you're gonna come onto mine, leave your feelings at the front fucking door and wipe your feet on the way out. That's what I say to everyone.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. And I think now, Chris, the people that do come in your chats, they all know that now, don't they, Chris? They all know what to expect, don't they? They should anyway.
Right, if they're different, that's their fucking fault, isn't it, Moon? I'd give them enough warning. Do you know what I mean? But no, I do like to, like, I can't read the chat very often because I do it all from a phone, Moon, Ash, Gav, you know that. And for me, it's not about it's engage with the chat when I'm on by myself. But as soon as someone else comes on the panel, the chat just runs itself. You know what I mean, Moon? And I've found now that there's a lot of regulars that come in, and I like rip into each other. The chat has a laugh, the panel has a laugh, and it doesn't get malicious. But if it does, then on my channel, I take over and I take that malicious person on, and I'll kick everyone off, and because you didn't shit in my fucking bed and think you're gonna get away with it. That's
But saying that though, Chris, we all remember this. We all remember the. You have been in a taxi going to meet someone for a fight, yeah? Through YouTube, haven't you?
Yeah. Good point, Clive.
And you look back at that now, right? And what do you think looking back on it now, though? Like,
I'm gonna fucking never get that 30 quid back.
It was big news at the time, though, wasn't it? But you got sucked in, Chris, didn't you, mate?
I did, Moon.
Fucking hell. That was fucking madness.
What you're saying there, a lot of these people want it for their amusement. and they're not going to do nothing themselves. They're not going to do anything.
Mm.
Can I give Ash a couple of technical tips just to turn his mic up? Ash?
If you'd have heard it earlier on, Chris, well, you wouldn't have heard it. It was crackling like fuck. But he's on an iPhone 6.
Oh, right. I bet you he's doing the dirty on his last, right? And that's why he's got that phone, right? Because it'll run out of battery, and the connection's poor, and the data doesn't get. Ash, mate, you need to update, seriously, you do. But yes, if you click the more button at the bottom of your screen, it's got 3 little dots.
Yeah.
Click more.
Let's have a look.
Yo.
Right, and then click settings.
Say again.
Ash, are you right next to your mic, Ash, or what? Are you next to your mic? Or
yeah, but I don't think his volume's turned up, Moon.
Right, let's have a look.
It is.
Is it done? Are you got his volume turned up as well, Moon?
Let's have a look. Right. It is now, yeah. How's that? Oh, it keeps going back down, is that? Yeah, I've got it right up.
That was a wee bit clearer there.
It's right up.
Go on, Ash. There you go. See, boom. There's technical advice from Chris the fucking Brick. You're back and you're loud and clear, mate.
Yes, man.
Guess who's back? Back again. Ash is back.
So,
he's my friend.
I'm saying, basically, I wear my art on a sleeve. When people don't like me, I take it to offence, and that's the worst thing on YouTube ever.
It is, but see, Gav, have you had much hate, Gav, on YouTube, right? Have you had much hate? Chris has been through it all. Ash has been through it all. I haven't, I do take it to heart. What about you,
Gav? I went through a period about 4 or 5 months ago, and you probably know who I was going back and forth with. And since I've left it alone, I didn't go near them, they've left me alone. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
I just didn't go near them. I didn't go near them anymore. Didn't watch them. No interested.
Yeah.
Chris loves it though. Chris loves it.
Gav, you've just said, honestly, I thrive off these fuckers that have, I've give people enough rope to hang themselves, right? And it's a saying, it's not literal, okay? I'm not into like the Albert Pierre but I've got no feelings, right? I've got a button inside of us that I can switch off, can literally turn into bastard mode, right? But that is reserved for a special type of person. And Ash, I get where you're coming from, mate. When people don't like you for who you are, you take it offensively. But not everyone likes sugar, salt, tea, vinegar, all these condiments, they have whatever. You like a certain one better than others, right? Now, if someone doesn't like you, don't take it offensively. Just take it on the chin and go, right, okay, don't try and please them. I wouldn't get swallowed up and involved and engrossed in trying to please everyone or being upset that someone doesn't like you. I would just relish in the fact that you're being yourself, and not everyone out of 100% of people are gonna like you. Like, it's not possible. But I like you, Ash. I like you. You wear your heart on your sleeve, mate. Exactly. And you're honest. You seem like a good kind of lad, right?
See with me, Chris. See with me, right? Sorry, Ash. When you go.
Someone says something on YouTube about you, goes on live. Someone gives him a bit of attention, and then they say what they've got to say, and then they disappear, and then they fucked your whole fucking thing up. You know what I mean? And then they're laughing. You know what I mean? It pisses you off.
No. They've spent time engrossing themselves in you, right? Then they fuck off, right? While you're doing what? Just don't. You need. Look, I don't know if it's just me, but I've got to. Like I said, I've got to switch. I've got 4 kids, Ash, mate, all boys, right? And I've got a woman I've been with for over 20 years. Right? So you've got to think the shit that I've took, right? Again, it just on a daily basis, right? So YouTube to me is therapy. It is literally therapy. It is, mate. And if you're gonna want all but positive, everything positive from YouTube, then you're setting yourself up to fail. I would get from it what you want, right? And if it doesn't happen,
I know that now. I didn't before.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
well, Moon is a typical example of the fucker that's been around longer than fucking Jesus has, right? But still, he has no enemies. I don't know anyone that doesn't
I
fucking
know,
dislike
I don't
Moon.
know how to do it, man. I don't know how to do it, you know.
Hey, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Blimey, you're laid back, man. You're easy to talk to.
He's that laid back. He falls asleep sometimes, Gav.
You're the same, Gav. You remind me of myself, Gav. That's why I like you, you know.
Well. See what I was going to say earlier about Chris was saying. Chris likes that wee bit aggro and stuff. And when it was happening with me, old behaviours were coming out, and it doesn't suit my channel either. So I came away from it. I come on here for a laugh, a wee bit debate, a wee chat. That is it. That's it. A bit of friendship as well. There's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, you don't do many panels, or do you, Gav? To be honest.
No as much now.
Yeah.
No, because again, Moon, it gets because Gav again wears his heart on his sleeve. He's old school, right? But he's got mixed up in a lot of the and you know if a lot of these people were bumping into Gav on the street, right? And again, which they never will, right? Gav gets frustrated because he can't grab them through the fucking screen, strangle them, do whatever. Whereas, you know, tying people in knots with words is what I love to do. Again, it takes a special type of person. And my man keeps calling it special, Gav, so I know I am, right? But you've got to have that thick skin, but not you've got thicker skin than me, Gav. But what I'm saying is, you're old school, mate, and I'm probably that little cross between the middle sort of thing. Whereas I'll find you, I can tie people up with knots with words because I'll never ever physically lay hands on them. But yeah, Moon, you said it yourself. Gav, you've seen it yourself. I was dragged out of a bar on YouTube on a live, fucking in a taxi with somebody else from YouTube and it's still on YouTube now, and that was embarrassing to look back to now. But I would have done it again if I knew you would be there. They weren't going to turn up. So this is what I learned, Moon, right? And I would never ever go out of my way to do that again. It's just not going to happen. But other than that, it's just a debate with senseless fucking divvies.
Mate, oi, I'll tell you something. What the cheese went funny, mate. Kids have painted Kelly green. They painted it green, mate.
How many kids you got, Ash?
I've got the.
You'd have to think about it.
Like, mate, painted green. Fucking about screen, mate.
Did you just say you've got 13 kids? You didn't say that, did you?
I don't even think he knew how many he had. He was debating there.
Well, no, I'm shutting down. Hold on.
Cheeky.
That was funny, mate.
You know what, Ash? Who's that couple online who you like, Ash? Who do pranks on each other? They get some views, don't they? Them do.
Mate, funny as fuck. Mate, I tell you something. I pull more fucking pranks on her, mate. It's funny as fuck.
That's what I imagine your house to be like, Chris.
Oh, mate, they're not even. You know, if they were recorded, some of them. I'm not kidding you, honestly, Moon. It's like, I mean, I've got 4 boys, right, and I've raised them the way I was raised, right? Okay, so you know when they were growing up, I was teaching them all how to like basic self-defense moves and stuff like that. Now, Ash, mate, it's backfired right on me because of them. Like,
Gav's dropped off there. Is it my YouTube?
Absolute animals.
That's the funniest thing I've seen for a long.
Yep.
Kelly
It would be. Chris, answer me one question, Chris. Are you there?
Of course I'm, yeah. Yes, anything.
Right,
anything.
Answer me one question, Chris. Are you sat in the car tonight?
No, I'm not. I'm in my room, mate. I'm in my
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Like, you know, like you were talking and then you were sat in the car.
But the neighbours,
bringing your sandwiches out and stuff.
I know. I mean, Moon, gone new car new, right? And again, the neighbours, they get, because I shout very loud, right? So what I've done now is I've got earphones, right? Yeah. So it's just my voice that you can hear, and I segregate myself to a certain corner of the room, right? And be honest with you, I'll be totally honest with you, mate. You know, like if you heard me two eldest kids at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning screaming at their computer, and it's a 6 weeks holidays now. So mate, I've went back to work full time, mate. I took a sabbatical, right? I did, and I was doing it, but now, mate, it started to crack us up. It started to tap on me fucking brain. It did, mate.
So 4 boys, yeah. What are they all teenagers? Are they?
I've got 2 teenagers. One's 18. He's in his 6th form doing his engineering and finance. I've got one in the last year of his high school, and I've got my 2 youngest ones, 10 and 3. And again, but the 10-year-old Moon, he's built like a fucking. He's like butterbean on steroids. He's fucking huge, mate. He's got the power. I mean, I don't know where he's getting. Well, I do know where he's getting it from, but he's just. It's brilliant. I love it, Moon.
Is it going to be a builder like Chris or what? Or have you talked him out with that?
If I can, I would always talk them out of being a bit like a bricklayer, mate, again, in a sense. But that's just because I've now what it's done to my body, you know. But no, construction is a brilliant, and it is good. It's good for me, right? And I've made a good living through it, Moon. But if my kids, like my eldest one, he does finance and engineering, my second youngest or oldest one, he's probably going to be a bricklayer, right? And that's when I'll go back on the site on price work with me son. But up until then, mate, Moon, I just did it easy, like me. I'm a bricklayer.
Yeah. What you paying up? What you paying up for?
Well, last time I checked, Ash, it's between 550 and 750 a thousand, depending on what type of bricks and where you're laying them. You know, like your foundation, your footings, and your things. But you can get £850 a thousand for bricks now. You can get £850 a thousand for bricks, right? Now, that would be, like, for example, Staffordshire Blues, or like the solid engineering or something, you know, where you can only lay like so many, but the averages would 550, 650 a thousand.
Yeah, but I bet you're laying easily fucking 400 a day.
I'm not. Are you bad on what I'm doing now? Nah, Ash, I'm on an hourly rate, mate. I do as little as possible, right? And I get away with it, mate, right? I don't need or want the money now. It's not about that. It's a
price, aren't you?
No, not now, Ash, mate. No, I'm 38, mate. I can't work in many groups, mate. Politics, and I can't stand people, Ash, you know, people that want to start late on the Monday. And like, it's what? You've made fucking 500-600 quid. But no, come in Monday, work, and that's it, mate. I end up falling into pick my hood carrier. Once you lay 1,200 bricks a day, he's ran off his fucking feet. He doesn't want to work with you. So, you know, I've done my fiddle work, and I've got my job now. And again, mate, I'm comfortable, Ash. I'm not well off, but I'm comfortable.
So,
I tell you what I feel sorry for. You know, I feel sorry for now. I've been watching the news and that. I don't watch much news, but these last week I have. And anyone who's got a mortgage, like who's had a mortgage for a few years, you know, they're coming out with a fixed rate. The fuck down there.
Ah, well. See, Moon, that's why
5% or something, hasn't it?
See that bit of land, and Ash will back me up on this, right? He's a roofer by trade. I take it, right? I did tell him before, right? Now, a tradesman, right? Again, with the trade I was in, right? I predominantly, obviously, do bricklaying and masonry stuff, right? But I took a lot of interest in the groundwork side of it. So basically, I can go into the field and I can pull your foundations, pour them, build it up to roof plate, right? To to joist height, roof plate height, and then Ash's trade would take over and put the roof on. You know, or the joiner would put the trusses on and whatnot. I could even do that, but the roofing side of it and then the internal sides of it, not for me, right, Moon? But I will get my plot of land before I die, and I will have that house built on it, right? That I will do, and it will be left to my kids, right? And if even if it's just a project, Moon, it's gonna happen, mate. It is, but it's been a long time coming, and I fucking deserve that. I did, because I work for it. I've got nothing now, Moon. I've got no pension, no fucking house, no thousands of pounds in the bank. I mean, me mattress is a bit tilted at one side, like, you know what I mean? Well, the pound notes under it, but well, that's just another. That's my problem, isn't it?
I've got a funny story to tell you.
I know that 5%. It doesn't sound like much, does it? 5%.
I've got a funny story to tell you.
You know.
Go on,
I've
Ash.
got a funny story. I bought a plot of land.
Right.
And hoping to do fucking building regs on it and that. Bought it. Still got it now. And the only thing I can put on it, mate, is a fucking horse.
Never.
You can put stables on it then.
Yeah, I can, mate. Well,
Because it'll be planning permission, regulations, Moon, and where it's located. Obviously, when he's again, but if you can put horses on it,
I can't build it. I can't build on it because it's a fucking. It's flood fucking something. I don't fucking know.
So go on, Chris.
Is it marshland? Is it marshland? Is it marshland? Is it marshland? Right. So basically, what you would.
What?
Is it? How much did you pay for this land?
Fucking a bit.
What, thousands? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Ash, can I ask you a couple of questions here? Right. What's stopping you building on that land other than the ground? The is it regulations?
Yeah, they're saying it. I can't build on it.
Right, because why? Because they're saying the ground isn't adequate and sustainable to house the structure, right? So you do realise that there's other ways that you can do pile foundations, right? Which would, and again, I'm telling you now, there's a lot of land that is marshy, unstable, and pile foundations with a pile foundation with a raft on top of it is the way forward. But if you've got horses on there, you should be able to build them a structure to keep them in. That would be able to allow you to rent those stables out to other people's with horses. But you need to do tests for the ground. You need to literally get someone out there to drill boreholes in the ground and see how far this like marshy, unstable land like earth goes to, because you want to get the clay. You need to get the clay for your foundations to be able to sit. And this is, if you've got to dig like say 15 feet, then it becomes a little bit unlike ethical, like it's viable. But if you can drill foundation for them, then that's the way forward. Like honestly, mate, if the building regulations are only saying it's because of the land, and you haven't went back to them with a proposal to say, look, I propose a pile foundation, this, that, whatever, then I would say just keep going for it. Or if not, sell me the land, I'll buy it off you.
But the also it got rejected through the community.
Right. So this is another thing what I'd advise anyone to do, especially anyone going to buy land. Before you buy the land, if it seems too good to be true, price-wise and whatnot, there's going to be a catch in it, right? Especially if there's not planning permission going with it. You need to realise where you are. It could be, like there's a community around you that might oppose to your building and whatnot, but there are certain structures you can still build without planning permission on your land, right? Like small structures, like an orangery or a conservatory on your building, on your back of your house. You don't need planning permission.
What the fuck is an orangery going to do?
No, what I'm saying is a building of that size, you know, like if you got on your house, for example, you don't need planning permission to build an orangery or a conservatory, right? Because it's a certain size, height and whatnot, right? Again, once you get past a certain height and stuff, you need planning permission. So you could build small structures on your land, like stables, and you could rent them stables out to people with horses. Do you get what I mean, Ash? Makes an income for you.
Yeah, you've got to make it work, actually. You can't just like be throwing cash away, you know what I mean? But I've never understood it all, me, like land and stuff. You know, you could own a big piece of land, and what's the point if no one's ever buy it or...
Thing is, mate, I'm pissed them off because when I got rejected and that, I got fucking all mates with motocross bikes and that.
Oh, he's done the typical footage. Can you remember that bin man that's done that? He got all them millions of puns and he done Ash, you know what I advise you to do now, mate, right? Seriously. Because if that land's just sat there doing nothing to you, right, and you really want to recoup some money from it, you do one of two things, right? You continue having fun on it with your mates, right, and pissing the locals off, right? But that'll never allow you to get planning permission to do anything. Or you clear and you landscape the land, right, and you make it appealing to somebody else that could buy it for a glamping fucking venture, or a, like you say, stables. You've got horses on there. Build some stables, right? A block of 4 or 5 stables, right, and advertise either a rent or a sell, right? Get your money back and move on to the next one with the experience and understanding that you've got from this one. And always make sure before you buy it that there is a relevant path to take, that you can get planning permission.
I've got too much in the land.
How much you got in it, Ash? Please, come on.
A lot.
Have you got 50 grand in it?
Yeah.
Right. So you've got 50 grand in it, right? You bought that for 50 grand, right? So what you're going to do now, Ash, is you're going to look at that land, you're going to go, right, I can landscape this, I can put a couple of tents on it, whatnot, take a couple of pictures of it and advertise it as a glamping spot in the making, right? Or you could literally, it's your land, you can make ramps on it and you can charge people to come up with that dirt bikes like you've done to your friends. You can charge Joe Public to come and ride their bikes on there, okay? And then you can earn money from that, right? But ultimately, Ash,
The plan was we need to buy the land. We need to buy the land, and then my mate was going to come and do all the building. My mate was going to come in and do all the rest. And then it got rejected, and I'm fucking stuck with the land.
no, you're not at the Moon. You got the first time. Did you get rejected the first time, Ash?
Yeah.
Right, and then what did you do after that? You went and got all your mates with the motocross bikes, and you just fucking rode them all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. Well, again, right. And now, Ash, that's exactly what I look at, mate. And now people like you, right? Me mates have done this, right? They have. But what you didn't do right, is after that first rejection, you go around.
You know the best thing about it?
What?
Police turned up, mate. They can't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, no, because it's your land.
Yeah, but that was the best thing. That was the best thing.
Right. So if you would have went around to the local people, right, and just actively try to engage with them and said to them, look, I've spent some money and I want to build a property on there, they've a living or a sell on, whatever, blah blah blah. He's obviously opposing it. I've got a lot of money. Obviously, Ash, not literally how I'm saying this, right? But it takes a lot of time. You're opposing it, right? So that land is literally, it's burning money in my hole in my pocket. I mean, there's nothing I can do with it other than hire it out to people with motocross bikes or sell it on. You force their hand. You can show them that you are a genuine person in the community wanting to better yourself, and you're not because now, Ash, they will be kicking themselves thinking this bastard's got a bit of land, he's riding motocross bikes on. I wish I had let him build the fucking house on it. Do you know what I mean?
So, Ash, what are you going to do with it? How long have you had it?
A
about a year. Fucking hell.
Where is it?
So
Where is it?
You had 50 bags last year.
I
Fucking hell.
only did it once. I only did it once with mates and fucking about. But it was good. But apart from that, it's been sat there.
Ash, where is it, mate? Whereabouts in the country is it? If you don't mind, is that just a rough, like Midlands, South? I'm taking it to the Midlands somewhere. Mansfield. Right. So what I would suggest you do, right, is, you know, the people that rejected your planning permission, you will cost you a few quid to do this legally and whatnot and get it written out rightly, because
I've not got it.
you've not got what, the few quid.
No.
Right. Well, then put the land up for sale, Ash. Right. Put it up for sale, and put it up for sale with an advertisement that it's a glamping part, a camping, whatever. It's an entertainment thingy, whatever, blah blah blah. Because you were riding your bike on there, mate, right? And nothing could be done about it. You could have people camping on there, right? And nothing could be said about it, right? Now the locals are going to be they're going to be eating their own fucking teeth, mate, right? When you realise that, right? Look, like that one time you done that, they phoned the busies. What happened? You seem to me like you didn't want to do it again afterwards in case it caused. And I would keep doing that, Ash. I keep getting your mates out on the bikes and then going back and saying to people in the local area, look, I've got to make money off it somehow. He's a force me hand. Now, if you sign me petition to say that you're for me building a property on ya, and this property will be built in keeping with the local area, you know what I mean? It would. Is it going to be for you to live in, or was it going to be to sell, Ash? Right, so you're going to build a property and you're going to sell it, right? You show them proposals of your plan, you're building whatever, right? And it's like, look, if not, what it is I'm going to use this as a fun playground, right? And me and the lads are going to come on motorbikes to one, or I'm going to sell it to someone. You force the hand, Ash. You need to keep fighting, mate. Don't bow down, mate. You put 50 fucking G's into that you earned very hardly, mate. Don't let them fucking rich toffee nose cunts fucking stand in your way, mate. I apologize for swearing.
Chris, if you had 50 bags right now, right, what would you buy with it? Like, what would you buy with 50 grand now? If you wanted to make money, though, what would you buy with it?
Right.
As an investment.
I mean, right, a legal investment. Yeah, I take it.
Yeah.
No, cause Moon, I would be going buying a plot of land, right? I'd go up the A69, right? Okay, my local area, the A69, Moon, you know that, mate, haven't you?
Yeah.
Go up the A69 in a little village, right? And I'd find a plot of land close to the road, right? Which has, let's say, there's certain telltale signs you want to look out for. You want to look out for, like, telegraph poles, right? Okay. You want to look out for them, right? You want to look out for water main hydrants on the stretch of road, right? Because if you're too far away from those things into the field, that can hinder you getting planning permission, because you can't get any connections to your building, whatever, right? But I would be going to the farmer.
Mine's across the road.
Right. So what I'm saying,
one sec, Chris. We've got a guest in the back here. He hasn't been on before. Is that you, mate? Yeah.
Who is it?
Because he hasn't been on before. We'll have a go. How we doing, Bear?
It's fucking one Bear, man. Yes. Bring up the Bear.
Oh,
That's a
I can't believe it.
Oh, Moon, you fucking rookie.
I fucking knew that.
Right, Moon. Just 2 seconds, mate. Listen, mate. You're not monetized, are you? You haven't went monetization yet, are you?
I am monetized, but I'm not fuck bothered.
Right, so just delete them. Just delete the live, mate.
Fucking
Moon, can I be honest with you? Honestly, mate. I feel responsible for that, you know.
You know what, mate? You know what? It's an honour anyway. It's the first time, so whoever that was, well done. That's the first time.
Bear would have showed his face. That's what I'm saying. It was obviously that
picture as well.
Of course I did. Now Bear Britton audits really well. But it wasn't Bear Britain or the Tash. That's what I'm saying. They use like Moon knows who Bear Britain is, and he hasn't been on. And again, what he done, Ash, right, is he's like me. He's very laid back, right, and he's just And now a lot of people will be panicking, going, "Oh, I've got to delete the live." No. Listen, Moon. End of the day, mate. It gets dark, right? The live when it finishes. You delete it if not, mate. You know it's one of them ones. It's part of your bucket list.
Let's get to the bottom of this, right? Well, because it's happened, right? Let's get to the bottom of this porn bombing, right? Because so you get porn bombed, right? Now, there's no way that your channel can get took down because somebody's put a porn bomb up like that. You know what I mean? Like for 5 seconds. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I don't believe it that one thing there can get his whole channel took down. What do you think?
Ash, go on. I'll let you first, mate.
They can.
I'll tell you what I know, Moon. Right, what I know. Right now, YouTube have strict rules.
Moon.
Yeah. I'm not bothered about being monetized because that doesn't. You know what? I wish I'd never got monetized.
Delete the live. Set a new one.
Yeah, Moon.
Yeah,
there's two ways about.
At the end, I will.
Now, Moon, I've got a live up, right? That's still up now, right? That has been porn bombed, and I left the porn bomb picture on there, right? While I was conversation with the other person, right? You know what I'm like, mate, right? Again, I've had copyright strikes, okay, on my channel for music being played, right? But because I'm not monetized, right?
That's not being porn bombed,
no, I got porn bombed 5 times in one night, mate. I got sick of it, right? Because
delete this live, bro.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Ash, mate. He doesn't have to do it now, right? All he has to do.
You can edit it
again, yes, Moon. You can. He knows what he's doing, man. Ash, edit it, right? Fuck them off, because what you can do, mate, right, is you can actually, if you edit it and you monetize, that account was authenticated by YouTube. I'm taking it. It said.
You know what? I didn't even look at Bear. I seen Bear, right? You were talking. I seen it. Bear Britain. I thought he's never been on before, right? But I don't know. It's never happened before.
Right. So Moon. This is what I'm saying. I feel kind of and this is. I do apologize for I feel kind of responsible because I do know that there's certain people with certain tactics that do, and obviously we're having a conversation which is genuine and whatnot, and there's jealous people out there, and even though certain channels may have let read between the lines out when I'm saying this, Moon. Certain channels may have hundreds of viewers watching them, but not have the people on it that they want, right? They'll do anything to take away it happens, mate, right? Read between the lines, wink, there, Moon, right?
Yeah.
Dude, did you ever see the one with Paul Clayton on my live?
I've seen a lot of porn bombing, like I've seen a lot, mate. And I think early doors when it happened, people were just deleting lives straight away. What happened? One.
Oh, mate, we're on live, and fucking someone's put his mum's name in. He's like, put her on. Like, put her on, mate, and he's going, ma'am. Fucking got porn bombed now. Fucking mad.
So, do we think it's because of this call out? Do we reckon? Because
you just hit the nail on the head, man.
We've got 21 people in. You know what I mean? Like, and if it goes any further than this, then it's just sad, really. Like,
right, Moon. You know what I say? Read between the lines, Moon. Right? What? I don't think Dave's jumped over there, right? And I'll be honest with you, right? I've been getting enticed for weeks now to try and go over there, right? Okay, isn't happening, mate. Right? Isn't happening. So again, that's why I said I feel a little bit guilty that but honestly, bud, I'm gonna put this all on you, right? You should have been a bit more fucking vigilant, right? It's as simple as.
Normally I'm there.
But Moon, just take it as a part of your bucket list.
Oi, Moon, I'm not. Moon, I'm looking at Kelly now, mate. She's green.
Hey, Ash, that was your last. Listen, mate, if your last is giving you stick, we're not backing you up, mate. We know what the women are like.
I said she's green. She's green, mate. She's not happy.
Aye. And listen, if Mrs. Moon or Mrs. Brick was unhappy, honestly, they weren't sticking up for her, right? So, Ash, if your missus has gone off at you, bud, I'm telling you now, me and Moon are not backing you up, right? We're backing her up,
Me,
right?
Kids are painted a green. Kids are painted a green, mate, not me.
Oh yeah. Listen, honestly, Ash, hold on to their moments, mate, right? Because as soon as you come off this live, your lass is going to paint you green as well. That's what she's waiting for. And we know what you're doing. You sat here.
You know what? It'll come out who's done that. It might get us talked about anyway, Chris, mightn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, Moon, look at me. I'll be honest with you, bud. You know that that's not your. That's traction you don't need. But again, it's traction that it's proven that, like, Moon, you've been around a lot longer than I ever could have wished to be, mate. Right? I put you in high esteem, bud. I do, right? And again, the conversation we're having here tonight, right, is a genuine, as it always is, a genuine conversation. But people can't stand the fact that people like you are still about, mate, right? And getting certain people on the channel and certain individuals and talking about, like, Moon, the way you do stuff, the way you're a conversationist, mate. You've got a good interviewing tactic, you know what I mean? Even with me, mate, I know what the questions you're asking is sometimes you're like, Chris, and I'm thinking, you can ask me anything you want, Moon, right? But there's certain people that can have 300, 400, 500, 600 viewers, right? They won't get my time of day no more. They won't get other people's time of day no more. Moon, you're genuine, mate, right? I'll always hold by my guns, but he's getting kicked off. Yeah. But one thing I will say, Moon, is when the missus kick off, right? And you know this best. Like, if Mrs. Moon was to go off at you right now, bud, right? I'll be out the back door, run the fucking street corner. I'll be like, I've never been there. I've not been there. Definitely not. You know,
mate, you know what? Of all the people who've seen that there, nobody will be laughing more than Louise. She'll be laughing right off.
She's hilarious. She's fucking brilliant. Honestly.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Fuck that.
It's lucky we've got understanding women, Moon, between me and you, right? And I'm sure there's Moon got. I'm sure we've got women that are behind, but right. And again, they're more brutal than us. Let's face it, Moon. Anyone that's got beef for you would much rather have you face them than fucking Louise.
Right.
Yo.
Moon. Yes, sir.
You ever thought about doing a podcast?
In what way, Ash? What do you mean, like?
Oh, that's a good answer.
What? Me interview somebody, you mean? Yeah, I'd love to do it, mate. We've talked about it before. Like, Smithers, I want to do Smithers' life story. We've been threatening to do it for ages, Dave, haven't we?
I'm getting goosebumps.
Dave has got a story, mate. Let me tell you, I only know a bit of it, and it's enough.
Moon, I'm getting goosebumps, yeah, mate. That literally, bud. I'm not kidding you. Ash has just hit it again with the interviewing techniques and tactics you've got, mate. Right, and how you're sympathetic, but you're not emotionally attached to a single person. You'll ask an uncomfortable question to get an answer from them, but you'll ask them in a certain way, and I'm not kidding you, Moon.
That's it, mate. If you come on here, right? If you come on this panel and you want to be serious, right? And you,
Moon.
Yo,
you let people. You'd be brilliant, mate, because you let people say their side and you don't interrupt people. So,
yeah.
You need to do that. You need to pursue it.
something, yeah, Moon. He's on to something,
Yeah,
mate.
no, yeah. We do need to do something like that. There's a few people said it. Norris is always on to me about it, and it's just
He's
getting
another
the right
one, mate.
people on, isn't it?
Norris is a
Right.
legend, mate. Norris a Lockerbie.
Yeah, man.
Wow, my like, see, Moon. And there's certain people that honestly, but I'm not kidding you, it's someone like you that people would feel comfortable opening up to, and you could get the best out of them, and they like, without feeling like they were backed into. Like for example, how like Expos and asked Dave to come up tonight, right? We all know why he wants to do that now. That's going to go and whatever, right? That there for me. I'll be honest with you, Moon. If I wasn't banned from Expo's stream, right, and channel, I'd be up there roasting the bastards to bits, right? But I'm not allowed on there because I don't know. Pepperoni's a bit too spicy for them. No, I don't like. No, I'm too fucking outspoken for them, mate.
I can remember when you first went on there.
I was.
He loved you. Expo loved you, didn't he?
I was yeah, because
I can remember that.
when I started asking. So when I started asking and disagreeing and like, you know, not just bowing down and conforming, you know, that didn't suit their narrative and their woke mentality, you know, like a cult mentality, pack mentality. When you've got someone that's individually spoken, like he's got their own fucking thoughts and whatever, they don't like to be questioned and thingy. Like you, Moon, you like, you're not like that, mate, right? You're not doing it for the subs, the likes, the shares, the views, the money, whatever. You're doing it because of the passion. So Dave Smithers, that would be someone that you get. Like, again, Daryl Adams. I'll be honest with you, Moon. Honestly, mate, right? There's not many people that I don't think would jump up with an invitation from you, right? And you've got a certain script of fucking questions to ask that, like, that wouldn't do it, mate. They wouldn't, but it's that. Ash, you've literally got my bones tingling, yeah. Honestly, you have.
Let's get Dave. Are you going to come on, mate, and just we'll have a serious. Just tell us where all this has come from, mate. Let's come on.
Is Dave in the chat?
Yes.
Is Dave in the chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat, yeah.
You fucking little horrible bastard. Get up there, Dave. You can't fucking make panels for shit, right? I'll wind them up. I'll wind them up. Listen, Dave, honestly, mate, I'm shuffling over the phone, mate, you know, and he's telling us, right, that you back down, right, because you can't back the 50 quid. Oh, try and wind them up. And get them up there. Reverse psychology. Come on, Dave. I watched that video the day, you know, right, and it was, I wasn't from his channel, Moon. It was from it's a Russian spelled fucking channel. You know, it was a clown face. What it is, and it was the point. And I thought myself, Dave's had enough. Dave's had fucking enough of this shit, right? I thought myself, I even have to comment going, whoop. It's the sound of Shepherd's tooth. Whoop. Get up, Dave, mate. That was the comment I left.
Oh, lad. I was talking to him earlier on. Normally, you can't shut the fella up, you know what I mean?
If this doesn't come up, yeah, I'm going to go over, I'm going to message Expo on Instagram, tell him to unblock me some steam on, and I'm going to jump up there and I'm going to rip Smithers to bits, right?
He'll be feeling the pressure now.
No, fuck that. Why isn't he listen, mate? He's a legend. He fuck the Moon. Can you remember that video? I watched the video of him, right? He had his music on in the background. He was at work. And he was just building his panels, right? And you know the really done it. And I thought it was like, that man, that bloke is lost. Like, that's technique, the way he does it. And he was telling us how many he does in a day. And I'm like, you know, it's an art. It is. And his story is what he's come from. I'm sure Dave won't understand this. Dave was an addict. I was an addict too. So I can say that comfortably, right? But he's come from that far. He does football with young kids, right? He gives back to the community, right? And now he's taking a little bit of a little fucking horrible taste in the back foot of this YouTube community, and he's stepping up to what he is, but he's not going to get any. He's getting all the reaction from me. You're not jumping up.
I'm jumping off.
You're getting painted green, aren't you?
Doing what?
He's getting painted green. He's jumping off me.
Ash is gonna die.
Are you jumping off, Ash?
Ash is gonna die.
No. That lass is gonna paint the green.
No, I'll
Respect for coming on, though, mate. Respect for coming on. I'm glad you charged your mic now as well. It was my fault.
The light's off. Look at this. We want guys, mate.
What? Turn it off.
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
respect
mate.
it.
If I look like you in fucking 25 years time, I'll be happy. Fucking hell. Moon, mate. What a lovely bloke he is.
Right, here we go, Chris. Here we go. He's my man.
Yes!
Look at that batty pig.
Oh,
Look at that
he's oh, he's livers.
I tell you what. Come on, Dave, lad. Rising up, back on the street.
Took my chances. Dave, is that just a picture?
Oh, now the boys are in. Look at that. That's rack pull, that, mate. That's rack pull.
Hi, Dave.
Do that again, Dave.
You're putting a bit weight on, aren't you, Dave?
That's rack pull. Look at him, man, the batty.
Hey, Mooney's put a bit weight on. He's put a bit beef on, hasn't he?
When was that, Dave? 1978?
Oh, there's what Ash there. There's Ash in the chat there. Cumbrian Truth, thingy. Get Ash up, yeah.
Oh, Ash is my mate. Like, Ash is their mate. Come on, Dave. What's happening, fella? You've just had a week's holiday. You're all chilled out. So where's this come from, lad? Come on.
I just think he needs knocking down a peg or two, mate.
Yes.
More than anyone else on YouTube, Dave, because he's got under your skin, hasn't he, mate? He's got under your skin for a while, hasn't he?
Just the way he goes on, mate, and the shit that he says. Do you know what I mean? You think it's acceptable. Not in my eyes, mate. Not where I come from. So,
He doesn't come from. He's not cut from the same kind of cloth you are, though, Dave. You do realise that, mate.
I know, mate. I think it's about time someone stood up to him on here, mate. No one seems to. So.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Smithers, mate. I'll take that offensively because I did and I tried, right? And again, Ash, Cumbrian Truth will back me up on this. He wanted us to go up his front door. Wasn't going to happen because that's an illegal situation, right? He got invited to the gym in 6 weeks' time, and he was going to get his fair play, man. Right? That didn't happen. He backed out of it.
Big up the Cumbrian Truth! Yes, sir!
What's happening? Yes.
What's happening, man?
Fly me to the moon. But I
oh, good fella.
Oh, yes!
I'm in the club now. I've been palm bombed.
Hey, Chris and Brick, your son.
See, Moon. See, I tell you what a good-looking bastard, didn't I?
I know, yeah. Look at this, man. It's like a rogue gallery.
Ash, do us a favour, mate. Tell Dave how fucking shitty bum shuffling is to fight in a ring square go, mate. It's already happened once. Ash was my fair play, man. Moon, Dave, I'll say no more.
It's not in a ring. It's in the hay bales.
Is it hay bales, is it, Dave? Is this the one that was on last week? Did you see it where Joe Craig and is it that production? Yeah? Because that was in a ring, wasn't it? That was in a ring, that one.
But he won't do it, though. He won't do it. I shall tell you this, Ash, please, mate.
He's not going
because I don't think
he's not going to do it. I'll run right through the centre of the Carlisle Town Centre naked if he fights you. On a live.
Ash, did he back down to me, mate, in the ring when you Ash was my fair play, man. People. And again, it once
I was speaking to Anton's fair. I was speaking to Shuffling's fair play, man. Wouldn't have it at all. Get to Liverpool, get to Newcastle, and even he went after with a golf club, man. What made you want him to take? What?
If you don't fight little 5'8" Dave, then he's a right shitty arse, isn't he?
Where are you from, mate?
Well,
are you northeast?
Lincoln?
Oh, Lincoln.
He's in Lincoln, Dave.
Born and
Ah, yeah. What's made you want to have a go with him, like?
fucking idiot, mate. Sick of him running his mouth and fucking saying the shit that he does. You know, I'm not subbing on their channels, right? But every clip I see off the Clipper channel, it's him. And it's just fucking... It's got to me, mate. It's got to me. Some of the shit that he comes out with and thinking he's...
Dave,
let's see.
am I right in saying, though, Dave, am I right in saying that when I spoke to you earlier on, what tipped you over the edge, right, was a picture... and Sean Wayne has been a big advocate in all this, right? And she's been in the chat tonight that there was a horrible picture out there of, I don't even want to say what it was, but you know what I'm about, Dave.
There's a woman's dead husband being portrayed across the cross. Yeah.
And nobody can agree with that. You know what I mean? Shuffling, if you listen to me, you used to come on here and talk to us. We're from the same area, like, but that is like a step too much in it. You know what I mean? You can't. Nobody can agree with that.
You've lost some weight, son. Ash, you've lost a bit from under the chin, mate. You're doing well, kid. Look at that. Hey, Moon, Dave. This fucker can how his fucking fists around you now. You know, he can. And he's only about 5'6" as well. But I'm telling you, he's a bit of a nifty bastard.
Let's just say I've called someone out in private, and let's just say if he pulls off, it'll blow YouTube up better than DC and DH.
Yeah, right. No, well, right.
Are we going to find out about it like that?
I'm thinking now who it's going to be. I'm thinking now who it's going to be.
Card as Dave and Shuffs. Get it on the same card.
Right. Ash, am I allowed to be your ring girl?
Let's just say he's a ginger man.
Right. Where's he from?
Scotland.
Oh, that's exactly who it is. Does it right? Can I see it?
Right, humble.
It's not humble.
It is humble.
It is. It's got to be humble. It's got to be.
Well, we're getting all
Humble's not gonna.
tonight, like.
Humble's not gonna fight. Humble is not going to fight you, Ash. Fight.
Is Humble in the country, or is he in Thailand, or what? Ash?
In the country.
Is he? Is he still trying to
country.
let everyone think he's in Thailand, or not?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't get all that.
He's not even ginger no more. He's gone that fucking grey.
My boys, well, my lot has pinpointed him back in the country and has been for the last couple of weeks.
I mean, he doesn't come on my radar really, Humble, you know what I mean? For like, he's been in the chat a few times, Ash, months and months ago, like. But I don't know. I'm lost with it all, with the all Ellis and Buggies and all that. But Ellis is in prison, isn't he? Ellis in prison.
Yeah, he's the gas gun that took to Apollo's flight. He's pulled that out on Buggies on the motorway.
Yeah.
So that's going equipped. That's firearms. Threats to, well, it's attempted murder, isn't it?
He's got a license on him already, will he? He'll have a license for firearms to get that. Again, it's like, I mean, honestly, you think Humble, I don't know Humble personally. I know of him off YouTube, right? And again, what I still struggle to understand is he apparently has a lot of connections in the northeast of Newcastle.
Oh yeah. Well, look, that man's not a topic for this chat. To be honest, he's not. But look, I'm a busy bee, but I'm gonna have to shoot. I'll share the channel. I'll get a free over.
Boom!
Ash, nice one.
This is one of my favourite.
Legend, mate. Mind what he's on you, you fucker.
Ash, I was a bit gutted about the way the golf ended, weren't you? It was a bit of a. I thought Rory was going to do it.
I thought he was going to come and get it, like, I really did.
It was
Oh,
all there,
fuck up,
man.
you boring bastards. Golf,
Couldn't get the
you
ball
horrible
going, mate.
boring cunts.
Couldn't
I
get
was
the
in the
putter
chat
going, man.
for the golf.
We'll have a
Fuck off,
good
you're
chat
showing
about
your
golf
age,
next
man.
time.
Fuck off.
Yes,
Golf,
Alex.
no golf.
Might even
Dave,
get a
tell
game
them-
anyway.
Aye, well, Danny G said he's going to be coming up north, so all three of us should
I've
link
seen
up.
that,
Like,
you know. I've seen that in the chat. I was watching it when you put that in the chat, mate. Respect for that.
I said, Dan, I'll put your name in straight away. Like,
Yeah, man. Nice
Sure.
one, fella.
I'll let you know. But I'll have a chat
Yeah.
with you next time, tonight, probably tomorrow. So,
All right, mate. Right on.
respect to the panel.
I
lads.
shall see you. I'll see you 2 o'clock in the morning, mate. Right when I go live. Right.
All right, boys.
See you later, big lad.
Jesus.
Yes. Sir.
Ta-ra, mate. Then number 3.
Dave, you're looking very, very chilled, Dave. You're in a
Yes,
very
and he
chilled
looks-
mood.
Yes,
Look at him.
oh, he looks. It's very worrying. Very worrying how calm he is. Like a psychopath.
It is, isn't it? Have you been on them THC vapes like Dave? What man's ran out?
Moon.
Have you tried them? Chris,
Seriously.
have you tried them?
Right.
Decent,
I'm,
them,
I'm
you know.
going to go one better, right? I'm going to go one better, right? And let's just say, I know a bloke that's made his own vape juice, THC infused. Like you can put it in your vape pen, you know, like your normal one that you just top up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my life.
Tell you what, I rate them, me, as somebody who doesn't smoke all the time, right? I rate them. But they're too handy, though, aren't they? They're too handy, man.
How brilliant. Honestly, Moon. Yeah, they are. They are. But anyway, Moon, Dave. So can I ask you a question, Dave? Or two at least, you know what I mean? Please.
What,
Right,
Chris?
Dave, you are a very, very calm person, right? And I know that there's a volatile side here, right? Again, what I want to ask you, right, is like, you do realize that like this shuffling malarkey isn't going to get what you want from it, right? So I know you know that, right? Is this just because this is just you knocking him down a peg or two like he deserves? Because if he was to say yes, you would back it up and you'd fight him. But you know he's not. You're sick of certain people speaking the way they do and not having any consequences or repercussions. Am I right in saying?
Let me tell you,
And-
Chris, I know Dave. I talk to Dave behind the scenes, and this hasn't been just come from nothing. This has been brewing for a long time. And if you watch
I
Dave's
know.
videos, when he puts videos out, and he always gets loads of respect from them, and got loads of comments and that, don't you, Dave? And like, but I know for a fact that he would love this to happen. You know what I mean?
So, Dave, did you see the whole fiasco of me and shuffling?
Yeah, bits and pieces of it, mate.
Right. So you know what was said offline, Dave, right? I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't even poison your ears, right, to the stuff he said about me, my wife, and my kids offline, okay? Let alone what he said online, right? Now, Moon will back this up, and you witnessed it. He was the reason I went to that bar that night, Moon. Can you remember?
Yeah.
On his channel.
Chris, you're up 10 minutes, man. This isn't all about you. We've been trying to get Smithers on all night. Just shut up for 10 minutes, please.
Get up there, son.
Done.
Go on, Chris. You've got 1 more minute, Chris.
Fuck off. Nah, I'm at the back door. Sorry.
Go on, lad. Go on, before I get down to the nitty gritty.
Dave, didn't get yourself wound up about it, mate, right? Seriously. I'll tell him saying no, right? The boss has spoken.
That's it. Right, Dave. So, Dave, do you reckon you need any training for this? Could you go and fight him tomorrow and beat him?
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Well,
I think so as well.
I.
Listen, I don't think I have to be something that I'm not yet, but I know I can look after myself. Do you know what I mean? Been fighting all my life, mate, in one way or another.
Is there anyone else on YouTube who's come close to getting under your skin like he has?
Not really, mate. Not really.
It's quite sad though, isn't it? Because was there a time when you thought Shuffling was all right?
Yeah, when he first come on and he was doing his own thing.
He was one day. We all watched him on Flavors and that. Like, I had a connection with him because I worked in the place where he's from. So, and he's been on this panel. You might have been on the panel with him, Dave, when we've been talking for hours. And like, I don't know what's gone wrong, you know what I mean? But he's let it happen. He's his own person, isn't he? He's let it happen to himself. Like,
it all comes off his channel, mate. So he's responsible at the end of the day.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. So, what have you had any comeback? Have you heard anything? Any of the comments? No comments from anyone from that side or nothing?
No, mate. No.
Was that just a rumour that you got mentioned on Expo? Because someone in the chat put it. I don't know whether it was they were taking the piss or what. Someone said that. What, so it'd been mentioned on Expos?
Yeah.
That's it? What, and there was a few hundred people on there?
Yeah, 250, I think.
His numbers are going down.
Did you go in the chat?
No.
And what's your next move if you don't hear anything? Are you taking it any further, like, or have you done it now?
No point, mate.
So you've made your point. You've made your point, haven't you?
Shows what a fucking wimp he is.
Yeah, and it's not like a fight in the street. You want to do it properly, you know what I mean? Which is fair dues. So, Shuffler, if you're listening, he means it. You know what I mean? Let's get it on, and we'll see what happens. But me myself, I don't think, and I can't see anything coming of it. I hope it does, like, because
you see, you've got more chance of me fighting Mrs. Moon than Shuffling fighting fucking Dave, right? Seriously.
Chris, I wouldn't want to hurt you.
I knew it. You do know how shook you got me, you fucking bitch.
I know you kept quiet for
I fucking know that.
You kept quiet for 10 minutes, didn't you? Do it again. Say you can do it again.
Could you fucking tell us too? I know what to pick my battles.
Chris, we know, me and Louise and Dave knows this is the start of the night for you. You've got to be on all night.
It is. But Moon, you see that there, that voice of reason, that genuine, like, shut the fuck up, right? Will you? And it was said, like, honestly, a lot of men would have took that and I cowered, but I cowered it with a giggle, right? Because I thought myself, you know, really, and I thought, Dave, Moon, this is what Ash said before. You know, you were doing a podcast, especially with fucking with you know her behind you. Like, you know it's gonna mess with you. Like, seriously, but you've got interesting people like Dave, his life story. Like, this whole thing with Shuffling, this is not going to go any further. Dave knows that. You know that. Miss Moon knows that. We all know that. But there's more interesting stuff for you to talk. Like, this Saturday night was just an example. Like, the Shuffling in Expo, they're struggling for the 200 views. They're normally into 300-400. Like, in the chat. Now it's not happening for them, mate. So they're looking for, like, you know. But Dave, I tell you what, if you can book a place for you and me on that panel, the two will bounce over there. Let's see how it goes with it. Like, they wouldn't handle, but they wouldn't, mate. But,
well, Chris, later on when you find your live up, Chris, you can always talk about it as well. You're not bothered about that, are you, Dave? You want it out there, don't you? You put your video out. You mean it, you know?
Dave speak. I saw Dave's fucking thingy again. I've commented on it, right? Dave jumps on my chat now and again, right? But honestly, Moon, my lives, I don't even know when I'm going to do them. And again, if I do, it's not for that. I'm gonna go live when I want to, right, for my reasons. Other than that, what I will say right now is you and her best jump on the fucking panel, right, and once at least, right, because if not, I'm gonna be a worky ticket. I am.
2 o'clock in the morning, mate. We've got one eye open.
Nah, mate. No. I'll joke to say, mate. It's
But
just
we
like,
do listen. We do listen, don't we? We do listen. I'll give you that.
Sometimes, yeah.
it's nice.
We do.
I think you come out there. Sometimes, yeah, I fucking. And now back your head, Miss Moon. I know that Louise Love I do, but honestly, I mean no harm, and you know that love, don't you?
Right, Dave. Have you talked about it with the missus? Has you got her involved yet or not? And would she be okay with it?
Say that again, mate.
Yeah, because you've done the white collar boxing and that, haven't you? Yeah, and you've probably had a few street fights in your time and that, you know what I mean?
No comment.
But there's no like getting a bit of knuckle on her, a bit of chin, is there, mate? You know what I mean?
Oh, the adrenaline rush, you know, when you get hit and you realise you're not made of glass, Dave, and you're not going to break. You can't, any drug, Dave, personally, mate, any drug we've ever took over our life, right, doesn't conform and, like, give you that same buzz that does, mate, right? You now know looking in your fucking eyes now, even though they're like sheep's fannies, right, and are very much closed, right, that is the best buzz you would ever have and have ever got. But on that note, Moon, right, and it's not because the missus is scared us off, right? Your missus, by the way, right? You know, because I'm gonna leave yous to you, right? And I'm gonna go and be a worky ticket. I'm gonna go and be a pain in the arse now, Moon. You've eased it. I'm gonna, Dave.
I've done my
Moon,
job.
Mrs. Moon, especially. You have. Listen, honestly, I love you all and I leave you all. No malice intended, but honestly, I'm fucking coming for you all, right? When you're all asleep.
Nice one, Chris, lad.
Take care, Chris.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, boy.
Internet app, doesn't he?
Whew. Gotta love him, like, gotta love him.
He's one of them, mate. You either love him or you hate him.
I know what he's like, mate. I know what he's like. But I know what you're like as well, mate. And the thing is with Dave, right? Everyone knows Dave. He can have a face like this, right? And then in 20 seconds' time, he'll take all his clothes off and do some like press ups or something. You know what I mean? You never know when to take him seriously, man. But I know for a fact that he wants to batter Shuffling. I know that. Don't you, mate?
Right, to be honest, see what happens.
I can't see him doing it like Dave. I can't. I mean, I don't know how many views has that video had now, Dave?
I don't know, mate. I haven't checked it for a bit.
Because the last few that you've done, like, you've got a lot of respect on here, haven't you? You've got a lot of respect on here, right? Rightly so. But I don't know. We'll see how far it goes like this, you know what I mean? We'll know tomorrow. But if it's been mentioned on Expos, then it's out there, isn't it? Everyone's going to go and have a look at it.
Oh, you'll definitely have seen it by now.
Yeah.
100%.
Look at him sitting there, clear as a cucumber.
So you're all chilled out after your holidays then? You're all like refreshed and that, yeah?
I was ready to get home, mate, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Routine, innit?
Go and pick the dog up in the morning. I can't wait to see him. I've missed him.
I know, yeah. Oh, mate. That's like one of them things, isn't it? When you go on holiday, like, you've got that to look forward to, haven't you? Your best mate and that.
Oh,
What
to get him.
What is he going to go mental like?
Yeah, he normally does.
Because he wasn't, when you told me when you dropped him off, he was all right, wasn't he? He seemed like...
The woman took him and, yeah, he was gone. Didn't even look back. He's
He
probably
might turn his nose up at you tomorrow. He might say, fuck you, I'm stopping here, mate. Bit of peace and quiet. So have you been on the vapes tonight, Dave? What, you looking a bit chilled there? I'm jealous.
No, nothing, mate.
Really? So how's it all going with that? Have you been saving a few dollars and that? You have, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, about 75 quid a week, mate.
Mate, honestly, I mean, Louisa's sat here now. She doesn't like me doing that. She hates weed. But
Can't stand the smell.
But here, let's get this straight now, right? There's a few people in the chat who smoke weed, yeah? You smoke weed. These THC vapes, should they smell of weed? Does THC smell of weed?
I think they will do a little bit because of the THC in them, but they shouldn't smell that much.
Because what is it that gives it that smell? It's the plant, isn't it? And the plant's not there, isn't it? See, our mate Slimmy is saying no. Now I think we've got to listen. He's saying that you should not. It should be like, I should be able to get one of them vapes out outside and have a vape, but it shouldn't smell of weed, should it?
No,
Apparently.
I was walking about smoking it.
Because if that's the case, right, as good as they are, like, they're too easy as well, aren't they, to have in your pocket if it doesn't smell. Because that's the main thing about weed, is the smell in it. You can't go anywhere without smelling weed now.
I think the more you have it in the pocket, the more you smoke it.
That's going to be the only downfall. Like, is everyone will be walking around stoned. You know what I mean? Too easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it'll put Rizzler papers. It'll go out of business, man. I mean, who wants to roll up? Especially me. I can't skin up anyway. But who wants to skin up when you can just pull one of them out? And they're only going to get better.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, remember the first ever normal vapes that come out, how bad they were, you know, having to fill them up and all that, charge them up. And now you've just got these. And all you do is puff on them all day, like.
Convenient.
But we'll see how it goes anyway. But you're looking chill, mate. You're looking relaxed.
I'm ready for bed, mate, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I will wrap this up soon anyway, because my back is killing me. And not to mention, like, 2 hours of Chris the Brick. Did you see any of Tunes last night, Dave?
No, mate. No.
Tunes had a mad live last night. He did his own live last night. He had about 100 people in there, and he had PP on, I think. Yeah, was it PP? It was quite good actually. And then Venom's been on. Venom smashed it as well today. He had about 100 people on.
Yeah, as in his chat.
But you know, we had it too good, like, didn't we, with Pablo and that? You know what I mean? We know, as I mentioned earlier on. Who else? Can you imagine a chat now with 800 people in without anyone getting called a nonce or a bacon or asking for an acro? It's not going to happen, is it?
I won't want that many people in my lives, mate, to be honest.
It is a lot, like, you know, when you think of it.
More people that are in there, the more trolls there is.
So what do you think about me getting palm bombed early on? Do you see it?
No.
Yeah, I got palm bombed, mate.
What,
unbelievable. Mate? Came under Bear Britain. But I don't think Bear wouldn't do it. I can't see Bear doing it.
Nah.
I didn't authenticate it. It came up like it normally does, a little box at the bottom. Bear Britain, I thought. I don't know about that, like. But anyway, I brought it on and fucking palm bomb, mate. What do you reckon?
Mate, I've got to shoot. My little one's woke up.
No worries, fella. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get about tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. What are you doing, mate?
Take care, mate.
Yeah, man.
Take care. See ya.
Hello.
In a bit, lad. So glad in a way, because my back is killing me, people, but But yeah, I will. You know what I think I'll do? I know this porn bombing thing, because it's my first time there, but I have got my own theories about porn bombing. And I do think, you know, the reaction when it first started, like when the first ones come out, everyone just deleted the live or stopped the live straight away. But you know what? After knowing what I know now, I think I'll probably go back and try and edit it out. But I wouldn't want my channel taken away. I'll be honest, I wouldn't want that. But the monetization, I wish I'd never done that in the first place, to be honest, because it's an output trouble. You can't play music, and I'm not bothered, you know, about donations and that. So I'll probably have a quick look back, see if I can edit it out, and say no more about it. It's been done now anyway. I'm in the club now. Right, 3 hours on the dot. I'm going to wrap it up there. Nice one to everyone who's been in, all the people that have been on. Decent numbers, man, to be honest. See if I can find this song. It was my first one for 2.5 weeks as well. So it did take a little bit of doing, to be honest. Should be getting good at this by now, you know. Can't even find it. Oh, yeah. Right, peeps. Till next time. I might do... might be a football special tomorrow at the start of the season.
Since I was younger, I've had the hunger to fill up my lungs with marijuana, cause I wanna never go younger. I wanna stay on top, smoking the pop, producing hip-hop. But the haters wanna stop me, but I'll never stop. My lyrics can be cryptic shit that you shouldn't witness. Twisted, vicious, not fictitious. I've been making cops suspicious. This is written under the influences of my medicine, so I suggest that you just pass the bong and then let me hit this. Bubbling bong, brother, I'm strong, yeah, I'm getting utterly bong. People say it shouldn't be done. Why do they try to be good at my fun? I like a microphone with me whenever I light a cone, you see. Cause when I hear a note I beat, whenever I may be smoking weed, depending on the potency, it helps to be a pro MC. Nobody can hold this piece of poetry and foes believe. Whether you be close to me or even if you're overseas, I'll gladly say this openly, I'm taking over globally. I'll get round to it one of these days. It's a factor. Lyrically, I am a pro. I'm the master. Nobody can deny me my flow. You better pastor. Marijuana around the microphone. You know I'm in the zone when I'm smoking the homegrown. I'm smoking grasper. Smoking it in quarters a pound. And when it's backed up with bitches in the baseline sound, you can act up. This ain't addictive and satisfying when you're living in the life of a Rastafarian. I'm a veteran, inevitably better than anyone, with a shred of evidence of being excellent. Haters be hesitant, messing with the president. Evidently that's me. Never be bad to anyone till they turn nasty. I think calmly, don't wake up till 3:30. So really I've only got half a day to get angry. There ain't no plan B, smoking the gang see me ripping these lyrics whenever I smoke to a damn beat. The heart beats whenever my pen and pad meet. It's hard see for you to ever understand me. I have weed in the pocket by my arse cheek, but last week I lost it within the car seat. It had me very angry, and if you see me on the streets, don't ask me if you can have some from me. You even offer money, and no, if I'm with a mate, it don't mean you can have threes. Fuck it, go on then. Hurry up, hurry up. It's a factor. Lyrically, I am a pro. I'm the master. Nobody can deny me my flow. You better pastor. Marijuana around the microphone. You know I'm in the zone when I'm smoking the homegrown. I'm smoking grasper. Smoking it in quarters a pound. And when it's backed up with bitches in the baseline sound, you can act up. This ain't addictive and satisfying when you're living in the life of a Rastafarian. You shouldn't smoke weed, it's bad for your memory. And if you are an MC, well then you are gonna be arguably the biggest failure in our family tree. Hard to believe actually, ain't my dad in this tree. people be criticizing, but don't be dissing till you've tried it. Anyone who has, they can't deny that life is nicer, flying higher. Plenty of lyricists that I know got wicked records and they smoke the dope. I guess I get better with every talk, but my ex got better with every bloke. When is the beat right ahead of me, yo? I get setting them many an enemy go. My enemy deadly, so enemies know. I'm not threatening you, I'm just letting you know. Nobody can get ahead of me though. I'm open to challenges, let it be known. Step up to me and I'm ready to blow. I'm like a time bomb with a second to go. Domination on the mic, I cause annihilation. I kill with lyrical assassination. I get a feel cause it's a fascination. And half the nation's admirations aimed at fucking fashion statements. What this rap sensation about to make a mass invasion. Eventually anyway. It's a factor, lyrically I am a pro. I'm the master, nobody can deny me my flow. You better pasta, marijuana around the microphone. You know I'm in the zone when I'm smoking the homegrown. I'm smoking grasper, smoking 8 quarters a pound. And when it's packed up, with bitches and the bassline sound, you can act up. This ain't addictive and satisfying when you're living in the life of a Rastafarian. Rastafarian, living in the life of a Rastafarian. Rastafarian.